Goddamn, guys. Goddamn.
Oh man. Oh man. Goddamn is right, bro. What is going on, everybody? Thank you guys, as always, for joining us for another edition of Unscripted, as we are on here again after Monday Night Raw. Not directly after Monday Night Raw, of course. Obviously, you guys know what the deal is. Mondays and Fridays have been pretty cooked for a minute now, so we appreciate you guys joining us. But yes, we are finally live to talk about the week of wrestling, man. We're going to talk about Dynamite. We're going to talk about SmackDown, and we're going to talk about Monday Night Raw with you guys, man. As tonight's Monday Night Raw was your King of the Ring, or I always think this pay-per-view's still called King and Queen of the Ring, your Night of Champions go-home show, as honestly nothing really happened. That was, I mean, I don't
No.
want to say there was big things that happened on the show. There was, yeah, I would say actually, there was a lot of good talking points. There's a lot of good talking points on the
Yes.
show, actually. But I'm actually excited. A lot of excited things to talk about, or exciting things to talk about, and a lot of scary things to talk about as well. So definitely have a couple questions coming out of Monday Night Raw, but we'll get to all that once we get done talking about Dynamite and talking about SmackDown. So if this is your first time watching, you guys do not know the show works every Monday after Raw. We are on here with NHP Unscripted, and every Friday, normally, at this point, I use that term loosely. Normally, at 3 p.m. Central, we are on here with the news. So if you guys did miss, this past Friday's edition of the news, you guys can now find that live on all platforms. That is Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and if you want to see it first, join us right here live every single Friday. Normally at 3 p.m. Central for the news. We actually have to talk about news here in just a second. But, yes, I'm sorry. But I'm sorry in advance. But, yes. So again, if you guys did miss that, that is available for you guys on all platforms. Also, if you guys have not got a chance to get your hands on some of the official NHP merchandise, you guys can now find this live on the merch shop. That is bonfire.com. Links to the top description of this very video, man, where you can find the brand new slept on since 2020 design, as well as all the other OG designs live on there as we speak. Again, man, that is bonfire.com. Links at the top of the description of this very video. And with that being said, if this is your first time watching and you do not know who we are here at NHP, I am Johnny, one half of the host of this very show. And as for the other half, we got my man Sir K here. Sir K, go ahead and let the people know what it is you are smiling about this evening.
I'm smiling because I'm here with you guys, man. Raw was today. Usually, you don't smile for that, but smiling you guys on Monday, so that's always why I'm smiling, man. Nothing else ever is any other reason, man. Never another one. But I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Just been hanging out. Just been, doing my normal at this point, man. So everything's been good. Everything's been good, man. Happy late Father's Day to all the viewers that are fathers. You know, happy late Father's Day. I mean, is it still technically? That was just yesterday, right?
Yeah.
My days are always fucked up, dude. They really are, man. But I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Like Toronto always asks, how's life? How's the family? Life's good. Family's good. How is everybody doing in the live chat? How's everyone doing? Watching the replay. What about you, bro? How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good, man. Doing pretty good. Yes. Also, do want to follow up on what Sir K just said. Happy late Father's Day to all the fathers out there. I believe our guy Gotti is a dad, so happy Father's Day to Mr. Welcome Down and
Happy
cut these
Father's
shit
Day.
off. And happy Father's Day to everybody else, man. Happy Father's Day to everybody else. Again, if you're watching this, and you are obviously a dad, happy Father's Day to you. Fathers do not know a lot of times the importance and the impact that they really have, and sometimes it's hard for some dads to feel appreciated, man. And it's a sad thing, but it happens a lot, and a lot of pops deserve to know you guys are appreciated, man. And yes, you are loved. So happy Father's Day.
Truly.
But oh yes, before I forget, news on Friday. Look, I know it's been all over the place. It's really been all over the place. There's a lot going on, on Fridays these days. But news on Friday is going to be. I want to say it's going to be around 9 or 10. I want to say it's going to be around 9 or 10. More than likely 9 o'clock. More than likely 9 o'clock. If anything, it will have to be around 10. It'll be a late episode of news. You guys are still going to get your weekend post-show reviews for Night of Champions, for Forbidden Door. So nothing's going to change there. Again, really appreciate you guys working with me, man. It is just the Fridays and the Mondays for your boy have been all over the place as of late, which
is what it is, man.
Yes, which that's a conversation we're gonna have to have soon. That's a conversation we're gonna have to have soon. But now is not the time. But it is it is definitely there's just a lot going on. There's a lot going on, man. But yes, this Friday's news is gonna have to be later. Again, I'm gonna say around 9 or 10. I'm gonna say around 9 or 10. So yes, we will keep you guys updated on that. But yeah, again, should be around 9 or 10. It's gonna have to be a later episode of the news, and then, like I said, Night of Champions right afterwards, and then Forbidden Door right afterwards as well. So yes, but the news is going to be a late episode of the news, bringing it back to the old days.
I know, it's going to be weird.
Yeah, news used to be at, 9 o'clock, immediately following SmackDown. And we would give a little SmackDown review, and then still talk about it on Unscripted. It didn't really make any fucking sense. I don't...
No, it really didn't. The whole format is a whole mystery in itself on what the thought process behind us was.
Not too sure what was going on, but hey, as for you guys, how are you guys doing? Thank you guys for joining us. As Durante always asks, I'm good, family's good. And what about you, Durante, Logan, Bell, Jumpin' Jeff, and we have none other than Mr. Walk 'em Down and Cut They Shiz Off. We got my guy Gotti in the house, bro. We got my guy Gotti in the house. This is the James Harden guy, right?
Exactly. James Harden Mark.
Yeah. The James Harden Mark Gotti. How are you guys doing? Thank you guys as always for joining us. Let's see. What else? What do we got going on? Well, we got the draft tomorrow. Excited.
Okay. Nice.
And it seems as if in the next 24 to 48 hours we will find out where Giannis Antetokounmpo is traded to. However, I don't like the candidates that of which he's being traded to. I'm not gonna lie.
Come on, man.
I think Boston is the best fit if they want to be competitive. I'm just not. I just don't really like the Celtics, to be honest. And then you have the Miami Heat. I mean, maybe it could work. Maybe it could work. I don't really know. I mean, I guess it's a better squad than the Bucks put around him, so maybe it'll work. I guess Miami's not that bad. Maybe I'm being a little too hard on it, but I don't know. I would have liked to see him go somewhere else, I think. I would have liked to see him go somewhere else, but, you know, it is what it is. But either way, I think he should be fine. Again, not my preferred destinations, but again, I'm not the one being traded there, so I guess it works out. But I guess it works out for him if he wants to go to either of those teams. But it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird seeing him not on the Bucks. I will say it's definitely gonna be weird. So, but again, it may just be time for that. Well, that's not really gonna have any choice. It's gonna be time for them to set the hard rebuild. Set the hard rebuild. Jeff says the Bulls never get anyone. He says I want to see the Bulls good again. Giannis on the Bulls would have been pretty tough. I was saying Giannis would be pretty tough. I think I know everybody's harping on him or whatever because of the Spurs stuff. I think De'Aaron Fox would be a pretty good fit on the Bulls. I think he would. I think he would pair pretty well with the guys over there. Giannis though would have been very good on the Bulls because the Bulls have money.
Nobody.
The Bull. Well, they have nobody. They have two good building blocks, I think, with Josh Giddey and Buzelis, but they need a big and they need guard. They fucking need everything. Okay, they need everything. I literally just seen a clip of Stephen A. Ranting about the Bulls ownership, saying that
And
the people in Chicago deserve better than what we've been given because this is such a great sports city, such a great basketball town. One of the best arenas in the world in the UC where they play, such an iconic arena. And that's what they give us every year. They give us a bunch of bullshit. However, I'm hoping the Bulls can finally fucking just set the hard reset button, go through a hard rebuild. Doesn't mean we gotta, and we've sucked for a long time, but does it mean, but again, it may mean that we really gotta suck the next couple years. But if that means we could get good draft picks and whatnot, then that's just what we're gonna have to do. So I don't know. I'm hoping for a man because what has it been? 28 years since the Bulls won a title. So
yeah, damn.
I know we're getting up there, dude.
Fuck.
We are fucking getting up there. Can't say we're as bad as the Kings. I think they have like a fucking 60-year drought on their championship, but you know, can't say we got the worst case scenario. But no, I hope the Bulls can get it together, man. But now I'm excited to see. It's a pretty loaded draft class, so I'm excited to see who goes where and whatnot. Also, too, there's some rumors about Trae Young. Some rumors about Trae Young declining his option. I know there've been rumors of floating around of him going to San Antonio. That just
Wow.
seems like
That's poetic.
that seems like dinner for New York. New York, they don't like Wemby, they don't like Trae Young.
It's fucking
So
poetic, bro.
um I I don't know. I don't know. I gotta see how. I gotta see. We gotta see if Trae Young can stay healthy, dude.
Damn.
And also too, I know Dylan Harper's camp is gonna, apparently they're going to apply the pressure, to get him a
Oh
starting
shit.
role. So I don't know. I hope so. I honestly think, like I said, I said it when they lost the finals. I honestly, while their trade value is high, I would get rid of Keldon Johnson and I would get rid of De'Aaron Fox and I would get depth in San Antonio. I think that's the best case scenario for them. But again, like I said, man, De'Aaron Fox could be I think he would be a pretty nice fit on the Chicago Bulls, actually. So, yeah. Diane Breed Media, how's it going? He
How you
says,
doing, man?
I don't follow basketball, but when I was a kid, the Bulls were the team to beat. Yes, they
Damn.
were. And I gotta say, even when I was growing up, the Rose
So,
era, and the Jimmy Butler era of the Bulls, I can't really, we were contenders in the East. I would say we were contenders in the East. Obviously, then we ended up just becoming a fucking first round exit every year. But even when I was a kid, man, again, we I wouldn't say we were the team to beat, but we were very competitive in the East. And again, the Chicago, the ownership is terrible. It's terrible. Again, I'm hoping they can kind of get it together now, and kind of either go through a hard reset. I know we got a new coach and they've hired all new people. But actually, I think our fucking new basketball operations dude has like no. There's like there was like
experience?
he like has like no
What the
experience.
fuck?
I don't fucking know, man. I don't know what I don't know, dude. The Bulls piss
That's
me
the
off,
problem.
bro. The Bulls just utterly piss me off. If it's not the Mavericks, which is my number one
No.
team, it's the fucking Bulls. And I don't understand.
It's a whole
Um,
rabbit hole for this man with the
it
Mavericks.
it's terrible. Yeah, please don't get me started right now. Look, Anyways, I'm doing good. Thank you guys for joining us as always, man. Your boy's still on the NBA 2K14 grind. I just won another chip with the Raptors. I'm trying to get traded. Hopefully, going to get traded tonight after this. So we'll see where I go. But I've been loving it. I've been loving it, man. And yeah, 2K14, greatest 2K of all time, bro. Either that or 2K16. Either way, 14, 15, 16. That is the greatest three-peat of basketball games in history, bro. At least for me. But yeah, it's been fun. All right, man. Let's talk about some more fun. All right.
Oh yeah, because we are an AEW only podcast, according to some. So this makes sense.
That's right. They're saying we're an AEW only podcast, and we're gonna start you guys off with just that. We're gonna start you guys off with AEW Dynamite. This was your June 17th edition of AEW Dynamite from Sugar Land, Texas. Or commentary was so fucking embarrassed to genuinely say the words, they just kept calling it Houston. But I know it was in Sugar Land.
It's Sugar Land.
Yep.
Even though it's literally so close, you might as well. Again, if you guys call fucking Schaumburg fucking Chicago, you call Sugar Land Houston, Texas, bro. You don't gotta do that.
Yeah, well, look, man. You know, Schaumburg is it's right outside of Chicago, man. You know what I mean?
So is Sugar Land for Houston. I think it's literally closer.
Is it really?
I think it's like a part of, dude. It's like it's dead ass, like just on the outskirt of the city. It's like the south, what the south suburbs is to Chicago, but for Houston. Dead ass, bro. I was looking at the map. I was like, wait, they literally are in Houston. Just say Houston. I don't know.
I want them to say Sugarland. I think that's just.
I do like them to say.
You know, we could get like a nice Candyland Dynamite theme, bro. I like. Why you got to say Houston, bro? We're not in Houston, bro. We're in Sugarland.
Nice Candyland theme. It would fit.
Yeah. Dying Breed Media says it's been difficult to watch WWE. Seems to be so many people acting like wrestlers versus wrestlers wrestling. I'm not full blown into AEW quite yet. I do enjoy some of their shows. So, okay, what would you say to him?
I would say I agree with you right now, man. I'm overall right now. Again, there's guys in WWE that I really do like right now, but I have no faith in management that, you know, it's going to be the smoothest ride to the top, man. And with AEW, their most weekly television is far, and I mean far from perfect, man. But those pay-per-views, man, they are worth it every time for AEW.
100%. I definitely agree with you. I definitely agree with you. WWE's been very difficult to watch. Obviously, for for most of you guys that are here with us every week, you guys know how we feel about it, man. So much inconsistency, so much ads, so much catchphrases, so much just, try to like stalling audience, play along stalling. Like there's so much, it's kind of like annoying to watch at times. AEW, if I could say one thing about AEW, when I watch AEW, I know what I'm going to get, if that makes sense. And I do know what I'm going to get with WWE, but I feel like yes, but if I feel like AEW's knowing what I'm get is less annoying. What I mean by that is I know I'm going to get with WWE, I know I'm going to get ads, I know I'm going to get yada yada yada. And what makes it worse is these are things that actually can like take you out of a show. Right? These are things that can actually, if a good match is on and they want to play ads, if they want to play 15-minute ad breaks between each match, it completely takes you out of what could be a good show. It could ruin the flow of a show. With AEW, you're going to get a couple stories. You're not really going to get too much. And you're going to get really good matches. So like with TV, it's really hard to get upset at because it's like, again, it's like the stories are okay. But it's very what you expect. But when they're on pay-per-view, they knock it out of the park. Especially as of late, I've really liked a match, video package, because before it used to just be match. They've put video packages in between each match. Like everybody gets them now, so it makes a really nice flow to the show. Don't want to make it seem like I'm just glazing AEW because they definitely have their problems,
No.
but for me, at least for the better part of last year and this year, I feel more fulfilled. I feel like I get my money's worth out of AEW. I feel like when I watch WWE
Mhm.
shows, sometimes I just feel like I get scammed.
Yeah, it does feel like you kind of get scammed sometimes. It feels like you're going on those websites and you see ad. You're just trying to read something and you're just getting fucking just ads to central. Or you're watching a YouTube video and like they have like 5 different ads and then sponsorships in the beginning and it gets to a point where it's like, what am I even watching, man? Again, not to, like you said, not to glaze AEW because, they have their problems, they have their booking problems, they have their creative problems. But right now, lately, just at least in terms of pay-per-views, man, AEW has truly been worth the time and the money that you put into watching it.
For sure, for sure. But yes, we got my guy JT in the house, bro. He says he was a fan of the
How you doing?
90s Bulls growing up in the 90s in Texas.
All right,
Well,
it's bold.
where the fuck is Gotti at, bro? He's a Rockets fan. He might
Where
have
is
something
God?
to say about this. He's a fan of those
He might have.
pretenders. The last time they weren't pretenders, I don't even think Gotti was born yet. Okay.
No, for real.
Now he's got this toxic ass team with Kevin Durant, bro. He's talking shit about his teammates on the chat boards on his
Which
burner
is
accounts,
goaded.
bro. Where the fuck is Gotti at, dude? Where's Gotti, man? He's a fan of all these pretenders, bro. Where is this guy? Ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. So, oh, Jeff, just wait till we talk about SmackDown, man. Just wait.
Mm.
Dying Breed
Oh
Media
man, it's so
says
bad.
he says he's subscribed. He'll be around to hear more opinions. Well, I appreciate that, man. We
Thank
appreciate
you, man.
that. We appreciate that so much, and thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Jeff says at least the AAA ads teach him Spanish. That's a good point.
It's
It's
something,
a
man.
great
You
point.
eat something, man. Because man,
Yeah. I definitely don't get anything out of watching 6 DoorDash ads during Monday Night Raw, or I'm watching
it's
Becky
always
Lynch hold up the DoorDash bag. Like the same fucking
every
ad. At
time.
least if you're gonna give me ads, could they at least be new ads, bro? Same fucking ads every week.
I was gonna say, like, for you to do that many ads, at least do it something like normal television where it's like a bunch of different shit all the time. But like, dude, it's that as DoorDash, fucking Minute Maid, what
Cricket
is it? Cricket
5G.
Wireless is the one.
Yeah.
Cricket 5G Wireless, fucking a. It's like the same 5 companies, bro, and it's infuriating. And then you see their logo in the show itself when they come back from the commercials into their own in-house commercial ad. It's just way too much, bro.
Yeah.
It's just way too much.
Yeah. I don't get it. It's DoorDash, and you see fucking Triple H walking up the stairs with the, that may be, hey man, that may have
That
to be
makes
his
sense.
new occupation, bro.
They probably do that a lot fucking more better, a lot more efficiently.
Yeah, or maybe we're being too nice. Maybe he might fucking suck as a DoorDash driver, bro.
He
Maybe.
might too. He might fuck it all up. He might just give the bag to somebody else like he always does.
Golly. All right, AEW in Sugar Land, Texas. The show opens up with MJF announcing who his 5 teammates are.
What?
For the 5-on-5 steel cage match at Forbidden Door. So, I'm thinking, okay, they're announcing this in the beginning of the show. Maybe they're going to do, like a brawl segment later or something like that. No. What they opted to do for Dynamite this week was have MJF get his team together, Mark Briscoe get his team together, and have them in a 5-on-5 tag match, even though they're all going to be in a 5-on-5 cage match at Forbidden Door.
They literally did like a non-stip version of the match before the match. Why would you do that?
Literally.
Why on earth would you do? You just essentially spoiled the whole dynamic of the match on the pay-per-view. Why on earth would you do that, bro? I was like, and that's so funny, bro, because like the day before, I was looking at the card and I saw that, but I thought that was just like another ad for the pay-per-view match. I deadass didn't know until the day of Dynamite that that was legit another pre-match essentially for the match. I was like, brother, what are we doing here?
Me neither. I thought the same thing. I thought the same thing. I was like, oh, okay, maybe this is just like an announcement segment where they're both going to announce their teams or whatever. No, they dead ass just did
No,
a 5-on-5 match in the main event of the show. This would be like WWE 2 weeks before the Royal Rumble holding a fucking 30-man battle royal with everybody that's going to be in the Royal Rumble. You know what I mean? Or like, oh, Elimination Chamber's
literally.
coming up in 2 weeks. We're going to take all 6 guys into a 6-pack challenge tonight. Like, why would you
Six-pack
do that?
elimination challenge.
Yeah, why would you do that? Hello, G. How are you?
How are you doing?
It makes absolutely no sense. So he chooses
Okay.
he looks at Kyle Fletcher when he says this too. He says the hottest young up and coming talent in the business today, Kevin Knight. Well, Kyle Fletcher looks a little offended by this. He then chooses Kyle Fletcher. He then chooses Okada, and then
Okay.
he chooses Jake Doyle. And then for the last guy, he chooses none other than the real Latino man, my fucking boy, my homeboy Andrade. All right.
Boy, I just got one question, man.
Oh shit.
How you know?
Oh, how you know,
Dead ass,
bro? How
bro.
you know?
I can't. I can't lie. I unironically love that fucking catchphrase.
I'm
It's
telling
kind
you,
of
bro.
tough.
I'm fucking with it. How you know? How the fuck you know, bro?
You know,
It's good.
you got Jey Uso and his fucking catchphrases. You got Cody and Punk and all their fucking
What are you guys
catchphrases.
gonna
But
talk about? You know, isn't it
genuinely,
great to be alive?
oh
Not
fuck.
raw.
But man, that shit's a fire ass catchphrase, bro. It's funny.
See
It's
AEW.
legit.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
AEW's got it right, bro. They got how you know. They got what the dog doing. Come on,
The
bro.
dog doing.
They got it right. They just
And
got
those
it
are
right,
real
bro.
catchphrases. Fucking Andrade, man. Look at the turnaround in AEW, man.
How the fuck did we know this was gonna happen?
How did we
That's
get
that.
here,
That's the
bro?
yeah. That's the real question. How did we know this was gonna happen? So
I
Andrade
know.
gets chosen for this team, and he's upset. He says, "I don't want it." He tells Don, "I don't want a team with him. I want my world championship match." So Don tells him, you know, you're gonna get your match. He then tells Andrade in a very kind of snarky way, just do the match. And he walks off, and MJF walks off too. And there was only one question for Andrade to ask. He's looking in the distance of MJF. Says, "How you know?
You know.
How you know?
Exactly. How you know you could beat him, bro? Because you don't. Until you can try.
How you
Go
know
right
you're
there.
better than the real Latino man, bro? Come on, dog. Stop
You
fucking
know.
with my guy Andrade. Tony Khan, bro, put the belt on Andrade, bro. Please.
I'm
Please.
seeing these AEW fans want them to put the fucking belt on fucking Jake Doyle and or Mark
What?
Davis. They love those fucking two.
What?
They're the new. You know how AEW fans, the
Oh,
hardcore
no.
AEW fans, have those fixations on random singles nobodies.
Yes.
These are their two latest ones. It's either Mark Davis and or Jake Doyle, whatever the fuck, Jack Doyle, Jake Doyle, whatever the fuck his name is.
Jake
Him,
Doyle.
Jake. There it is. Those two. They love those two individually as singles guys.
So what you're telling me is the AEW audience wants the world title on either one of them.
100%. Literally, I've seen TikToks, I've seen tweets, all platforms. They love them. I don't. All right.
Brother.
No
So
bigger deterrent to AEW than its hardcore fan base.
hey, God bless him. God bless him. So I've actually really been loving this. I've actually really been loving what they've been doing with there's a lot of like tension in the Don Callis family now, and I really like you know, with Takeshita being gone, you know, things aren't so sweet in the Don Callis family because now you have this now you have this kind of weird, young guy tension on almost like who's the better young guy with Kyle Fletcher and Kevin Knight. So I've actually kind of really been enjoying the friction between those two. Every time they're on screen with each other, it just feels uncomfortable, right? It just kind of seems like you could just feel the tension between those two. And then you have Andrade, and Andrade's been the best part of the Don Callis family the past couple weeks. Obviously, he's been getting very fed up with Don Callis because he fucking promised him a world championship match because MJF doesn't know he could beat him, bro. And Andrade knows this, dog. So he's been on Don Callis's ass, and Don has been getting more and more impatient with Andrade asking, and I think it's only a matter of time before we get an Andrade babyface run. And I'm excited for it. I can't wait to see it. I think if MJF holds the belt, he's probably going to. He could get a match with him, even though if MJF isn't the champion. Who's to say we don't see like an Ospreay turn heel, or who's to say either way, I think it's about time we put a championship on Andrade. I think he's done enough to earn it. And I'm not just saying this because of the fucking catchphrase. His in-ring work has been really good as of late. The match from 2 months ago at Dynasty with Darby Allin was the best match on the show. And he's been working his ass off ever since. Anything the guy's in, I think is great. And I love to see him redeem himself in AEW and come back and regain the trust of Tony Khan and get himself over with the fans. I think it's a really good thing, man. And again with Andrade too, the friction with him and the Don Callis guys, I think should eventually boil over to him taking a championship, whether it's from one of them or getting a championship in general. I think it's definitely long overdue for Andrade.
I think it is long overdue, man. I think you could easily give him and make him have that step into the world title scene, man. You got a lot of big people going for that title, man. Kenny, Osprey, MJF obviously has it now, man. There's so many paths you could go going into, and especially coming out of All In, man. All In. Especially if, MJF isn't the champion or is facing for the title, obviously, at All In. Maybe that is his All In match, is Andrade in a big singles match. So you can do stuff like that. You can do so much. And after that, man, I'll definitely start Andrade on their journey to the world title. I think he deserves it. I think his body of work speaks for itself. It truly does, man. And I would very much love to see Andrade in that world title scene.
Best luchador on the planet, bro. How you know?
He really is, bro. How you know?
I know. Right?
Well, I know.
But yeah, so that is that. Next up, we have the premier athletes. We have Tony. This felt like 2021 all over again.
Holy shit, it's been years. It's been like 5 years since we had to deal with these fucking dorks. They're back?
Yeah.
God damn.
Tony Nese is out here for a match.
Man, if y'all weren't around in 2021 yet for the podcast, man, they were some of my prime ops on AEW television at the time. I hated anything they were in, and they were in everything at the time for some reason. They were everywhere, all over the show. And my God, they are probably the most uncharismatic human beings on planet Earth. Genuinely, I'm not even trying to joke. They're genuinely two of the most uncharismatic humans on this planet.
Well, Tony Nese has a lot of character, bro. What did he always used to say? He has more abs than his opponent does brain cells. And then he would point at all of his abs. Like how charismatic is that?
He has brain cells. It's not charismatic at all, bro. What was his? Didn't he have an ab-related nickname too? I don't remember what it was. It was just something stupid.
I remember you loved his finisher name, the Running Niece, and it was the Running Niece. Oh, it's fucking
I hated him with a passion, dude. Oh, I couldn't stand him. And Tony loved him in 2021, dude.
Yeah, he was like his favorite jobber, bro. He faced Kenny Omega in a squash match. Kenny Omega packs up Tony Nese. He then gets confronted by TMDK, Zack Sabre Jr., Mikey Nichols, and Bad Dude Tito. Where's
Oh,
the other guy? What, Slapjack? Well, I know his name was Nick Miller in
Shane Thorne?
WWE.
Wait, Nick
No.
Miller.
Mikey Nichols is Nick Miller. Shane
Yeah,
Thorne's the other one. Where's
yeah, it
he
was
at? Is
Shane.
he not in TMDK? I thought he was.
I, I might
Unless
be
he's
getting
like
this
hurt.
completely wrong. He might have retired. I think I remember seeing at one
Wow.
point. I could be completely wrong, but I swear I saw one thing before. He might have retired, but I'm not exactly sure. I thought I saw something like that before though.
Huh. Well, shout out
I thought I
Slapjack if
did.
that's the case. Um,
Shout out Slap Dick.
after
They stuff.
after this after this match, the Mighty Don't Kneel came out, and then Kenny Omega was saved by the Young Bucks and Jack Perry, as Kenny just cut a simple promo, basically just about how nobody knew who TMDK was, or how they didn't have a catchphrase that anybody knew, and how nobody knew any of them. And that was it. And then he did the goodbye, good night, bang. What a build, Tony. What a build. But that was it,
Or build
dude.
to a
They
match.
they they dead ass flew Jack Perry and the Young Bucks out there to fucking walk to the ramp. And mind you, this was a half ramp. This was taking place in an auditorium. To one of those Dynamite episodes, and they walked probably like 10 feet and then walked back, and that was it.
Dude, on fucking Twitter, I saw a clip and it just zoomed in on Nick Jackson and it just said, dude's just sitting there thinking what he's about to get at Chipotle after this. Because he's dead ass just not even like paying attention to the segment he's in, bro. That shit was goated. I hope I like that tweet. If I did, I'll send it to you later, bro. That shit was killing me. But yeah, to be honest, the only person I think in AEW I will not complain about being in a squash match would be current day Kenny Omega. That is genuinely the perfect
That's what he's built
human
for.
being. That's what his body is built for nowadays, is squash matches. So to be honest, squash match, usually we tear into squash matches for their top guys. This is the one where I'm like, okay, you could do it with him, and that makes. I wish they would actually kind of do that pace more with Kenny Omega, man. They're trying to make him go fucking 40 minutes. Fuck.
Yeah.
But overall, I mean, segment was there. I guess you could do a whole lot more in a Kenny and fucking Zack Sabre match build, man. But it was just a basically generic stare down and a generic promo. So it's just AEW just falling short when they could have just they could have took it so far.
Yes, 100%. 100%. Kenny's big hook to the promo was, it would be great next to your name to beat me, and it would be great next to my name to say I beat you. That was, and again, dude, the Bucks and Jack Perry. Jack Perry's sitting there legitimately fucking rubbing his head. He's fucking sitting there just scratching his head, thinking off into space. Just, and then fucking Nick Jackson
thinking
and
about fucking getting the black bean burrito at Chipotle. Do I want extra beans or extra rice?
Nick and Matt are fucking sitting there leaning on the ropes. I'm like, geez, dude, what did they fly these guys out here for, bro?
I really hope I like that tweet, dude.
Dude, that's so funny, bro. That's so funny. Because I remember the way they were looking too, bro. And I remember
Their ass just.
I remember sitting there thinking to myself, like, they flew them out here to fucking stand on the ropes. I'm like, Jack Perry's fucking sitting there scratching his fucking head.
And that's the funniest part is, dude, the Young Bucks have a match on the pay-per-view. You couldn't have them like do a little interaction similar with for their match. Nothing for their match. It's literally they just hit a graphic for their match and called it a day. Like, brother.
I'm like, oh, bro. Dude, that's so funny, dude. fuck. I swear,
This
bro,
shit's
when you
goated.
said that, I legitimately have the memory of them just standing on the ropes, and I'm just sitting there like,
Just
what the fuck's going on? Oh,
do I get the double tortilla?
oh
What do
my
I get?
god.
Double protein's a lot, so I might not get that.
Oh man.
That shit's goated, dude.
Oh. Oh god. Uh the next match was was Brodito versus the Death Riders.
Oh yeah.
Um this one I'm going to be honest, I don't I don't know why. I don't know why this match was happening um at all, quite frankly. It was Mox and Daniel Garcia versus Brodito. Brodito ended up Brody Brodito ended up beating the Death Riders, bro. I don't know what their infatuation with having the Death Rider, like the Death Riders, I think 2 weeks ago got fucking laid out by Shane Taylor Promotions, and now they're getting beat by Brodito in the middle of like coaching Will Ospreay to become a world champion. It kind of makes
That's the
Ospreay look a little like not stupid, but like the Osprey's turned into a
it's
fucking
not as
demon over
cool.
here, and these guys are fucking losing their ass off. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's not as cool as for him to be being trained by the Death Riders when they're fucking getting whooped by Shane Taylor Promotions and now Brodito. So like, I, I don't get that. Maybe if they like their overall goal is to have soon the Death Riders start going down another spiral, I would think you would do it after they're done training Will Ospreay, so you could you get all that done, and then you could say maybe they were so focused on Will Ospreay, things broke apart a little or whatever. Yeah, it's something like that. But like now is not the time if you want to do this.
No, for sure, for sure, bro. Um, bro, I think I found it.
Did you? Oh, fuck,
It
I was
says,
gonna stop you.
it says Nick thinking about what he about to get for Triple
There there it is. If I just went back to,
Dude, I fucking found it.
and he's just standing there, just staring, bro, just staring up into space.
Kenny was talking about a bunch of bullshit, bro. Oh man.
Let's go, dude.
Oh, that's so funny, dude. Yeah, anyways, back to the Death Riders. No man, it doesn't make Osprey look stupid, but it just, again, like you said, it just looks less cool. Like that would be like going to fucking Akira Tozawa and being like, dude, train me to be a WWE champion. Like who's gonna fucking ask this loser? Now I'm not gonna say that the Death Riders the Death Riders are to Akira Tozawa level, but like stop having them fucking lose, bro. You're supposed to have these guys
Straight.
you're supposed to have these guys be a force to be reckoned with. These guys are supposed to be like unbeatable level people on the show, and they're losing to Brodito. Like, trust me, Bandito and Brody King will be just fine. They've taken enough losses in their AEW careers to
Yeah.
have anything really matter now. So,
Literally, especially Brody King over there.
next, we have one of the most heartbreaking segments of the night. Proto Kata
No.
is they're doing a backstage promo, man, and they tell Mark Briscoe, we don't know who you want to choose for your team, but we know who you can't choose. And the camera pans out, dude. They attacked Big Tom, Tomohiro Ishii.
No, not Big Tom, dude.
Dude,
No.
Excalibur, golden during this. He's like, oh my god, oh my god,
Oh my God.
they've attacked Big Tom. Tomohiro Ishii, he can't be on Team Mark Briscoe anymore. Like, yeah, no shit, Excalibur.
Yeah, no way.
You don't
That's why they fucking attacked him.
you don't
like,
fucking you don't think I see this guy fucking laid out on the ground?
all the people to take out before the match. You take out like the weakest link. Dude walks around with no fucking spine anymore, and you take him out.
They
Like
took out Big Tom, bro.
They got like Darby and shit in the group. Take them out. Take the fucking heads of the group out. What are you taking out Big Tom for? But of course, Excalibur and Tony Schiavone are always goated, man. So goated to where AEW fans finally hate those two on commentary.
What? No.
Yep. Yep, they AEW fans, and they're fucking 5 years too late. They finally hate them on commentary and say they need to just always have Taz, Brian, and Nigel. That's it.
No, fuck that, bro. I'd be fine with them getting rid of Tony. Excalibur can't go. He's too goated at this point. He has to.
He's got to.
He is embedded, forever embedded into AEW, bro. He's the man. Is Excalibur. He's the man.
He really is, man. He really is. Pile driver. I need to hear that.
Tomohiro Ishii. Fucking. Oh my god. Oh my god. They laid out Big Tom. Tomohiro Ishii. He can't be on Team Mark Briscoe.
Yes, that is quite literally the purpose of the segment. That's in front of me right now.
How are we gonna get rid? We cannot get rid of the fucking guy who called Malachi back. We cannot get rid of him, bro.
Kyle O'Fletcher. You can't get rid of him, bro. You can't get rid of him.
We cannot get rid of the man who fucking called the Don Callis family the Adam Cole family. Can't get rid of him, bro.
Yeah. You should get Adam Cole.
Or what did he call Roddy that one day? Robert Strong or something?
Yeah, I think was it Robert? I think it might have been Robert Strong.
Robert Strong.
Goated, dude. Goated.
Oh, also, you can't get rid of the guy who referred to a fucking fish tank as an aquarium.
With the aquarium.
And John Moxley, he's pulling out. Oh my god, he's got an aquarium.
It was literally like a little 2x2 fish tank, but it was a whole aquarium, dude.
Aquarium,
it was the aquarium.
A fucking aquarium.
You can't get rid of him.
No way. There's no way. So, we have Proto Okada attacking Big Tom, Tomohiro Ishii. So in the words of Excalibur, he can no longer be a part of Team Briscoe for Forbidden Door. Darn it.
God damn it. No.
Tommaso Ciampa is in the back. He says he hates Chris Jericho's new attitude. He hates, he basically just said, like, he hates how, like, everything's a joke to him. Basically the fucking same shit we say we hate about him. He says he hates Chris Jericho's new attitude, and he calls him out for a match. So, if it hasn't got accepted already, I haven't checked AEW socials, but if it hasn't already gotten accepted, I'm sure it will.
I'm sure it will. Yeah, I'm sure it will. All I hope is that it's just one that's not a fucking full feud or anything. And once Forbidden Door ends, so does this fucking feud, and you get what the fuck? You get Tommaso Ciampa do much better things.
Seriously. We then have the Dogs coming out for a promo, and they are bullying production crews. I think they did last week on Collision. They did a segment where they were like bullying the production people. So then one of the production guys they were messing with was disguised, and it was none other than Adam Copeland. And Adam Copeland started, Adam Copeland and Christian Cage returned, attacked the Dogs, sent them running, and Christian said a few words about David Finley's father. He says that he wished that he wishes that he would have let David Finley run down his leg. And yeah, and then he says he wished he would have let him run down. He wished he would have let him run down his leg, and they challenged them to a tag team title match for Forbidden Door. Oddly enough, even though this is two AEW and AEW teams, I get where they were going here. This is pretty much an AEW. This is pretty much a WWE team versus a New Japan team. So I get what we're doing here.
This is truly a forbidden door right here, man.
Yeah.
I mean, they're building to this match anyway. I mean, I'm sure the match is gonna be good. I wish they kind of didn't treat the dogs as much of a joke as they do. That is one of my gripes with them right now is how much they treat the dogs like dogs, when they're dogs. I don't get it. I wish they treated them better, but
Yeah.
overall, I'm sure the match will be good. But Adam Copeland, man, he's just got to do Adam Copeland things.
For sure. For sure. So, yeah, sure the match is going to be good. Again, I don't got no problem with it being on Forbidden Door. I'm sure it's going to be really good.
No.
And, yeah, so I gotta say I am definitely don't blame Tony. Yeah, he's done it for a couple years at this point, but I definitely don't blame making Forbidden Door a lot of just AEW versus AEW matches because again, New
Might as
Japan
well.
just don't have anybody. You could do some dream matches with the few people that like CMLL and Stardom and New Japan have that can actually draw in the States, but at the end of the day, it's just what works best, or else the show's just going to be fucking boring. So we have Mercedes Moné defeating Hazuki in the Owen to earn her spot in the finals. She will face the winner of Athena versus Maya World, which Maya World has won. Which, listen, I never seen anything from Maya World. I'm not gonna. Again, I'm not gonna shit on the decision. And maybe she'll impress me. I'm gonna
Hmm.
beg the same question that I begged with Sky Blue though. Athena, what are we doing? Are we ever gonna ever gonna do anything with her? Like, come on, man. Again, and I don't have a problem with people making Cinderella runs all the way to the finals or whatever. And again, I never seen Maya World. Maybe she's going to impress me. Maybe I'll get the hype. And some of you may already know. I wouldn't. From what I know, she's mainly on ROH and Collision, so I don't really watch those shows. But maybe she's really good. But again, I just gotta pose the question, bro. Are you ever gonna fucking do anything with Athena? Like, come on.
Yeah, I'm in that same boat, man. For my world, I'm not mad at all. I just am unfamiliar with her game. I hear from Twitter she's really good, so obviously come Sunday we'll see about all that, man. But man, Athena, she's one of the best in the business, man. She's literally stuck in an ROH permanent, seemingly vortex, and I just, are you ever gonna actually use her, Tony, man? Because if not, let her go, bro. Let her go and let her fucking rule wherever she could go, man. Because ROH is one place you don't want to rule over overall, man. So
Yeah,
I love Athena, and I really hope something can work out somewhere with Athena.
I really do. So, so yeah, at the pay per view, we're gonna be getting Mercedes versus Maya World. So we'll see how that goes. And again, we'll elaborate a little bit more. Once the day comes and Sunday comes, and we'll be able to, I guess, figure it out whether she's actually worth the hype or not. So we will see. But that is your Owen final. Um, I doubt they do Maya World versus Tekla. I feel like it's gonna be Mercedes.
I still think it is going to be Mercedes overall.
Yeah, which I mean they've waited long enough. I think it's okay to put
I
the
think
world
it's fine.
title on her
Exactly. It was enough of a break with her. She lost, all those titles, man. So I'm fine with it. I'm cool with it.
for sure. We have a Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland face to face. Swerve says that Ospreay changed. He also says that Will Ospreay cannot beat him. He goes to make fun of Ospreay's fragile neck. He says that Ospreay has a fragile neck, and Ospreay gets pissed off and pushes him to the ground. Swerve then grabs his chain and he starts swinging around like he's gonna whip Will Ospreay with it. And the Death Rider music comes out, or the Death Rider music plays, and the Death Riders come out. Death Riders come out to save Will Ospreay, and Swerve gets out of the ring as the Death Riders surround the ring, and he grabs the mic and he says, "See, Will, you have changed." Will Ospreay is then upset as he's going to the back. Daniel Garcia is trying to coach him, and he grabs Daniel Garcia by the shirt and shoves him up against a wall. Moxley then coaches Will Ospreay as he's pissed off, holding Daniel Garcia up against the wall. Moxley tells him words should not be able to. He says words do not hurt unless you let them. He tells Will Ospreay he needs to learn how to control his anger and learn how to control when he gets mad and what he gets mad about. Will Ospreay then calms down. He lets Daniel Garcia down as he is seemingly taking Jon Moxley's advice here, man. As for the segment with Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland, I liked it. I liked it a lot. I liked it a lot. I like how the dynamic between, guys that were friends just a year ago is kind of changing. And, even though Swerve's the one that changed because, he turned heel and whatnot, he's kind of trying to pin it on Will Ospreay, and everybody's trying to make Will Ospreay feel like an asshole for teaming with the Death Riders. And Will Ospreay, again, he's still in his he's still in his phase where he needs to be coached, and you can kind of see the cracks here that have not been mended yet with Will Ospreay. With Will Ospreay obviously taking words to heart and getting upset over these things that are being said to him, but overall still a great story being told, and still probably my favorite story in all of wrestling.
Say right now it still overall is, man. I would say right now, and I like everything they did with kind of both segments wrapped into one. Essentially, the Swerve and Will Ospreay stuff was really good, and it's very nice to see two top guys who are interacting. Again, and it's probably around a year span, and dynamics are totally different. Characters are totally evolved, man, and it feels different, and it's for a different purpose. It's very nice to see character progression truly see forth from the main event talent of a show, man. It really is nice to see, man. And I think overall it worked out great. Like you said, I like the way kind of a lot of people project themselves on Will Ospreay teaming with the Death Riders, man. A lot of other people, the main event scene has changed, and they're kind of projecting it on Will Ospreay, and I like that. I like that dynamic that it puts forth, and obviously the Will Ospreay and Death Riders dynamic is super fucking sick. The whole coaching, calming them down, telling them essentially to lock in and focus on the match itself, man. Very cool. Very much like what they're doing here, man. Excited for that Forbidden Door match. I still think, for me, it's obvious still
Yeah.
Ospreay win, man. But everything gets really exciting with about that, man, because you never know how the Death Riders will act, after that win with Will Ospreay, and after that, assumingly world title win for Will Ospreay. Maybe Jon Moxley feels like he's gonna owe him something, or maybe a different dynamic is gonna present itself. They could do a lot, man, and I'm excited for all the directions they could take it.
Yeah, the only thing here, man, you have Swerve lose this match at Forbidden Door, I'm assuming. What do you do with Swerve Strickland at All In?
Fuck, man, that's rough, man. I feel like there might be something kind of staring me in the face, but I don't know what it is. But right after, man, yeah, what were they teasing? What was he's kind of doing just a bunch of floating before the Will Ospreay stuff, man. Before this
Yeah, I know there was the
tournament, man.
Bandito feud.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
pretty
you
much
don't really
done.
need to go back to
Yeah.
that. Damn, I don't know, me. Huh? I am. They're maybe they'll. I have no clue. I actually have no clue. I have faith that they'll find something pretty decent, man. But I have no clue, man. Do you have any ideas?
I do have one idea, and you mentioned it's
Okay.
staring us right in the face. What if you do something with Swerve and Moxley for the Continental title at All In like some type of death match? Could be
I'll
cool.
definitely fuck with that.
Could be cool. I
Yeah,
don't think
maybe.
those two have ever oh
Yeah.
no, I'm stupid. Remember the Dynasty main event, the headlock 20 minutes in?
Oh yes. Oh
Okay,
yeah.
never mind. They have worked
I'll
in a
never
one on
forget that.
they've
But
never
this
had
will
a
be a much
good
better.
one on with yes, they've never had good singles work together. And again, I think Swerve excels in that kind of match. We've obviously seen what he could do with Adam Page, and then Moxley is the
That's
king of the
his
death
match.
match. Yeah, yes. So maybe for All In, you can maybe have some tension there with Swerve and John Moxley. Maybe you could have Swerve feeling some type of way for John, because John Moxley coached the guy that, ended up being the reason he didn't get to win the Owen, maybe.
Yeah, maybe
um
he could be like something where like you coached him to beat me essentially,
yeah,
and if he goes on to world title, I'm gonna want to beat him for the world title. So if you coached him, I gotta beat you to be able to beat him again, but for the world title. So they could do a whole bunch of stuff. I like that actually. I think because especially for Mox, I really wouldn't know what Mox would have done either, really at all. And so I think that aligns perfectly.
yeah. So it's kind of what I'm thinking. Maybe hopefully, they will go that route. Seems pretty good to me. Again, they definitely need to redeem themselves from Dynasty 2025.
Oh yeah, that
And
match sucked.
oh god. And the main event, the 5-man tag team match. Mark Briscoe first announces his team. He
Mm,
announced his conglomeration brothers, Orange Cassidy, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong. He then announces Darby Allin on his team, and he announces Konosuke Takeshita as the last member after they took out Big Tom.
How could they?
Can't believe it.
Which is funny if you think about it. You have the two options in front of you, and his original option was Big Tom over Takeshita. Best not to think about that part too much.
Yeah, Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe definitely. He would have looked like an absolute idiot. Imagine you're looking at the lineup, and you have and you're left between a choice of Darby Allin, Takeshita, and Big Tom, and your first
Would you
choice
choose?
is Big Tom, and then you're only
That's
left with either
crazy.
Darby or Takeshita. What are you doing?
Like what? What are you doing, man? But better team than I thought it would have been.
For sure, for sure. And then in the main event, Team MJF, Andrade, Jake Doyle, Kyle Fletcher, Okada, and Kevin Knight defeat the babyface team of Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, Kyle O'Reilly, Roddy, Darby, and Takeshita. Um, Again, it was okay. It was just a multi-man tag match. It wasn't really too much. Other than, again, the heels standing tall at the end of the show. So that was pretty much that. Again, pretty confusing episode of pretty confusing ending to AEW Dynamite. Don't really know why the hell that match had to take place at all. But yeah, so that was that. And yeah, that was that, and that was your episode of AEW Dynamite, from none other than Sugarland, Texas.
Early in Texas, man. No other place to be, man. No
That's
other place to be.
that's right.
Maybe Portland, Maine. Got
Ah,
its
that's
number
right.
a little bit.
Yeah, that's true. Or what about Fishers, Indiana, bro? Fishers, Indiana
Fishers,
might have
Indiana is a
everyone's
good
number.
one.
Yeah.
I might have them all. You never know.
And that is going to do it for AEW Dynamite, man. And now moving on to WWE. But before we get to that, we do have a word from our sponsor here at NHP. We got a word from W Energy, man. W Energy is an energy drink loaded with vitamins and nootropics formulated to improve focus without getting the jitters. W is a clean formula, sugar-free, zero-calorie, free from fillers and artificial colorings with 150 milligrams of caffeine per serving. You can get your W products today with the link below and code NHP at checkout. Save yourselves 10% on your next W purchase.
Truly always. Gotta shout out Dubby. Whether workout, whatever you may need the energy for, man. It's gonna be a big weekend. You're gonna have us for 4 days. You got two pay-per-views in a row, man. If you need the energy and you need the focus, Dubby's gotcha. It'll give you all that at the same time while not giving you jitters and tasting good. Truly always. Gotta shout out Dubby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, as always, and shout out to the wonderful people over at W, the official sponsor of what we do here at NHP.
That's what we do.
Speaking of
Jeff
what we
says
do,
ACDC. The song TNT by AC/DC should be the theme for Dynamite. Even though, like, didn't they try to get Mac and Black and they told him no for
E-
the Inner Circle?
Correct.
Because
The when the Inner Circle reformed after the Pinnacle whooped the shit out of them in 2021, I think Jericho was telling this story on Talk as Jericho many years ago. They tried to get Back in Black because Tony Khan was going to pay for Back in Black to be in their vignettes, and they ghosted them.
yeah, they
ACDC
just
ghosted
ghosted
them.
a parallel, which is wild. Because I guess they have like a loyalty to WWE or something. I thought Chris said something like that. I thought he mentioned, but maybe
Huh.
they just completely ghosted him.
Hmm. I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't know if they had a. I have a
Because like
feeling.
I think the lead singer or something was like friends with Triple H or something,
Oh
so they had like
God.
a loyalty to. I thought I remember Chris Jericho saying something
Are
like that.
are
I
you thinking
thought I
of
did.
Are you thinking about Ozzy? Because I know Ozzy had that loyalty to WWE.
Ozzy had definitely had that loyalty. I might be mixing them up. I might be thinking about the Ozzy situation.
Yeah, but no, it would be a fire dynamite song. It definitely would
It
be,
would be
but
perfect.
they're ghosting them, I guess.
A ghost in him.
Remember when WWE said Andrade was ghosting them? How you
Hey,
know?
how'd they know?
Exactly.
How
How
you
you
know?
know? How you know what happened to his phone, bro? Man, maybe he forgot to pay his
Exactly.
phone bill.
Maybe he got lost in, wherever he was at, man, wherever him and Charlotte
Exactly.
were at the time. Maybe he
Exactly.
got lost. How you know?
Your June 19th episode of SmackDown, Ricky Starks defeated Carmelo Hayes to become the number one contender for the U.S. Championship. This match is going to be put on Night of Champions.
Oh man, you know, I'm really pumped about this match. You?
Yeah, I'm over the moon about a Ricky fucking Starks and Trick Williams match. Um, why are you laughing?
I'm just, you know what? I'm intrigued to see how the match itself is. I'm very intrigued
this
to
guy,
see how that match is.
this fucking guy's laughing at him, bro. Um,
A little bit. It's
um,
SmackDown after all.
I mean, from a match perspective, I hope Ricky can carry him. I think it'll be okay. I uh that I I don't know.
Uh,
I don't know.
like,
I don't know.
what is the point of this whole division at this point, man?
Yeah.
Ricky's just gonna lose, and they're probably just gonna have Trick just do another random nothing match with another guy in that title scene, and life moves on, I guess.
Yeah, again, this is what they do. This is what they do with their call ups. They did it with Ethan Page. Everybody was like, "Oh, this guy's so great." They give him a IC title match. He loses it, and we hardly see him doing much of anything relevant. Just kind of being lost in the shuffle. Same thing's about to happen to Ricky Starks. I don't really know what to say here other than you had him beat Carmelo Hayes, I believe, to be in this match. Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams, something of a story you can, build upon going into SummerSlam, something that would be nice. They give the match to Ricky Starks here. I don't know, maybe Mello costs him the match because
Maybe.
I think Ricky cost Mello his match against Trick a couple weeks ago. I'm sure that's the story route they'll go in. Again, can't really say I'm really too excited. This match wasn't anything like on my bucket list or anything, but we're gonna get it. So yeah, Ricky Stark's the number one contender for the U.S. title.
Everyone really wanted the Trick and Hayes feud, man. Worst part is, that this all probably means we're gonna get a triple threat at SummerSlam between these three, which is like, okay, I guess. You could do a whole lot better, man. You could do a whole lot better.
Yes, they definitely can. They definitely can. We then have Chelsea Green teaming with Tiffany Stratton to take on the Be Fabulous group. Jade Cargill comes out and attacks Tiffany Stratton afterwards and ends up getting a U.S. Championship match at
Well,
Night of Champions.
Well, man, if you say anything about Jade, bro, you could say she did give the women's U.S. title its first pay-per-view slot. Look at that. She did something. You know, I think this is going to be the first time that
Wow.
the women's U.S. title is on pay-per-view in what the fucking 2 years of its existence.
Yeah, 2.5 years.
Crazy. 2.5 years, and I think it's just finally now getting on a pay-per-view slot. Crazy, crazy, man.
Wow. Well, wow. Wow. I actually can't believe that. 2.5 years.
It,
Damn.
it's such a bad statistic, bro. Never made it on pay-per-view until I think now finally has made it on pay-per-view,
You
and
know,
it's still
man,
meaningless.
I genuinely didn't even put that together. Yeah, this would be the first time it's on pay-per-view. Wow.
Crazy, dude. Crazy.
So yeah, Jade Cargill, man, she was she was WWE's she was WWE's Golden Girl a couple months ago, and here we are a couple months later, and she's right back to the U.S. Championship. So, right where she belongs in the mid card. So, um, yeah, I mean, hey, well, props to her, man. Congrats, Jade Cargill. You finally got a useless belt on pay per view. Shout out Jade.
Exactly.
So
She got a useless belt on pay-per-view. She got that, and she gonna lose the match. And yeah. So that's great.
we have Liv Morgan defeating Charlotte Flair to advance against Io Sky in the Queen of the Ring finals. I know there was that whole injury scare with Liv Morgan. It seems like she's going to be okay. She looked
Yeah.
okay on Raw. And again, I seen there was like an injury scare where Sol Ruka did like a springboard crossbody, and Liv like completely wasn't looking, and Sol just completely collapsed on her knee. So that was that. Definitely not a good looking spot at all. But
No.
everybody was thinking that Liv was going to be hurt and stuff. But again, we seen her on Raw tonight. She looked okay. She didn't look, her knee wasn't taped up or anything like that. She looked fine. Um, Still have a feeling Liv Morgan is going to win this, and we're going to get possibly Liv versus Rhea on SummerSlam, or we're gonna get Liv in some type of double championship match. I don't know why, but I feel like that's what we're gonna be getting. Maybe Triple H finally grew a brain and figured, maybe now's the time to merge the divisions, but I do doubt it. Overall,
I do.
so
I doubt that, and I don't. Yeah. For certain things, I would definitely like them to combine these tag titles. Number one, that should be your priority if we're being honest, man. Um, but they might do it for the women's, which can be good because their division isn't massive, but also I don't know if I trust the idea of Triple H just having one women's champion at a time because, Triple H ideas, it's usually not going to be the best person, i.e., Liv Morgan. So there's that. Which Liv Morgan would probably come out of that at SummerSlam as the double champ, which is fucking something for me, man. But either way, man, it's a bad look. Best case scenario, the Judgment Day cost her. She pisses off the Judgment Day too much, and they cost her at King of the Ring. Um, but I feel like that's not gonna happen, dude. I don't think that's gonna happen. They take too long for Judgment Day storylines. I kind of see the same thing, man. I see her winning that Queen of the Ring. Why else would you put the champ in there?
for sure. Logan says Liv winning makes no sense. He says he thinks it'll be Io
Exactly.
versus Rio. Or sorry, Io versus Rio. What? Io versus Rhea. I'm sorry. I I could see that, and I could see them doing that, and then I could see them putting Liv against like a returning Stephanie Vactor. I could see that. I could
Could
definitely see that. I think that's the best case scenario. The worst case scenarios I would say is Liv winning this and then doing the Rhea match that they teased for some odd reason. Either that or Io's gonna win and then just choose Liv, and then we're gonna get
have even worse.
yeah, and then we're gonna get the same Queen of the Ring final. So,
But
um,
again.
again, still have no idea why Liv is in this tournament. Absolutely one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. But that's what they did, and yeah, she's gonna advance, and hopefully Saturday we will have good news. So I hope so,
Fuck, I hope
but
so.
I
I'm
don't know
begging,
at this
man.
point.
I'm telling you.
So the men's King of the Ring, Jay Uso defeats Javon Evans to advance to the finals.
Just,
I
just beats Javon Evans.
Yeah, literally. Javon went for like an OG cutter. Jay countered it with like a spear and a splash, just packs the guy up. Do you see, like, are you guys starting to kind of see now why nobody really has any type of faith whatsoever in like WWE to push young guys? Whether it's a Braun Breaker that can't beat anybody for the world championship, whether again, whether it's stalling Obafemi's momentum, whether it's guys like Javon Evans, whether it's guys like Dragon Lee, whether it's guys like Carmelo Hayes, Ilya Dragunov. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. This type of these type of actions are why. This is exactly why. How cool would it have been to see a guy like Javon Evans, make it all the way to the finals of this tournament? You know what I mean? A young guy, unexpected. And here we have Jey Uso. Jey Uso, who for some reason they think he is the shit once again, and he thinks he is just the fucking man out there.
Mm-hmm. You can
Jay
tell.
Jey Uso makes the tournament final, bro. Who wants this? Who the fuck wants King Yeet?
I think Triple H might want King Eat at this point, man. I really telling you, man, won't be shocked. But he beats Javon Evans for some reason when you could have had Javon win, and you could have ran back a feud, which Oba and Javon didn't even get to finish in NXT because I think they had a feud going, but I think they interjected like Dark State into it, and then like it killed the feud or something, and then that's when both of them finally got called up, which is like my God, what a interjection. So you could have finished a feud from NXT in your King of the Ring final, man, and really, solidify the future. But why would you do that, man, when you got Jey Uso's flop ass in front of you and you just gotta go with that, man? So Jey Uso picks up the win and he's feeling like the man again. He's posting on IG. He's probably drinking. Who knows what he's doing, man? And my God, it's just, you just can't have faith. You really can't have faith.
Absolutely fucking terrible, man. Absolutely terrible. Yeah, so Jey Uso is going on to the tournament final, and then Cody Rhodes versus Gunther for the World Championship. What did I fucking say? Gunther was going to bicker with Sami Zayn in this match, piss him off, and it was going to get Sami Zayn to screw Gunther out of the championship. And in this case here, on this past week's episode of SmackDown, Sami Zayn got so pissed off at Gunther, he ended up giving Gunther a fast count to lose the match. Now, Gunther chose this match out of all the fucking matches he could have asked for, out of everything he could have asked for. He wanted Sami Zayn as the ref, and Sami Zayn screwed him out of the championship. How stupid does Gunther look? How fucking stupid.
They made Gunther, of all people, look like a blithering idiot for not only choosing this match, but obviously getting screwed over in this match. First of all, I don't even really like special guest referees in this context, man. I think they're best when it's two guys who are already straight allies, probably the champ and probably the referee, against the other guy to kind of have the odds against them. And, you got the dynamic of the one guy's friend and then having to get the pin for his friend's opponent. I think that's always the best version of these type of matches, and I think this is for the example is the worst version of the special guest referees, where you just know they're just gonna bicker with the one guy, and he's gonna screw him over in the end, and it's just the most lamest shit ever. You had Gunther, who again, like I said, beat John Cena and AJ Styles with submissions. Why on earth didn't he go for a submissions match? Or like Jeff mentioned in the comments before, and I quit. You had so many options that were good. You went with none of them, and Gunther looks like a moron. Just for a triple threat where he's now still not going to win anyway. So what's the fucking point of the triple threat? It's horrible, dude. That SmackDown World, and I can't wait to get to the opener of Raw to talk about how bad the SmackDown World's title scene is. This is the worst title scene in the business right now. This shit is horrible.
It's so bad. It really is. Um, and again, we often, I often like to say that, good wrestlers are good at making themselves look great. To be great, you have to possess the ability to make others look great. Everybody around you, lift everybody around you up. Cody Rhodes is about the perfect example of that I've ever seen. Anybody who is ever feuding with him comes out of that feud looking fucking 10 times worse than they did entering it. I promise you.
Oh yeah,
I promise you,
every single
bro.
one.
How
Eh,
how
mhm.
good, and sometimes it may have been boring, how good were they at protecting Gunther? Now, again, even though times could have been boring, sure,
Yeah,
but when it came to protecting him, Triple H was on it like fucking white on rice. He feuds with Cody Rhodes, and now all of a sudden, there's no shame in anybody's game to make Gunther look like a blithering fucking idiot. This special guest referee match with Sami Zayn here is the prime example of Cody Rhodes not possessing the ability to make people he's feuding with look great, just himself. Scrub.
100%. That's all he does is just care about himself, lift himself up because the whole roster around him is in the dirt. SmackDown is in the dirt. He's not. He's horrible for the show. He's the worst thing for that show.
Absolutely atrocious, bro. That was everything for Monday Night Raw, or sorry, that was everything for Friday Night SmackDown, man. And now moving on to Monday Night Raw here tonight. This was from London, England. I believe this is from the O2, as the
It
show
was.
opens up with Obafemi. Show opens up with Obafemi. He gets in the ring. The crowd serenading him for a little bit. They're chanting Oba. He talks about King of the Ring. He just kind of talks about, how he's going to win it and yada, yada, yada. And then he is interrupted by main event Jey Uso.
Bro, one point where Uso comes out in this match, dude. Genuinely, probably my favorite point in the whole show, dude. He's obviously talking about King of the Ring and shit. And when he asked the crowd if he should go for, the WWE title or the World Heavyweight title, when he said the WWE title, bro, there wasn't a single person making an ounce of noise
Bro.
in that arena. That is how much Cody Rhodes has killed the division around him. Nobody gave a fuck about that idea of that match. And
No, you're right.
worst part is, on paper, that should be the better, storyline path for him because, his match got interrupted or he lost the match to him. He would want that lick back. But dude is so inept that no one wants that shit. Come
Yeah.
on, man.
And then
Come on. If that's not your tell all, I don't know what is.
100%, bro. People don't, and see that's just such a terrible, that's just so terrible, because it really shows you how ridiculous, and how ridiculous they've took this whole Cody Rhodes experiment is. Bro, you have Cody who is one of their top guys. People should be wanting like all these young guys, like, oh, I want to see him face Cody. I want to see him face Cody. I want to see him face Cody. And like you just said, nobody gave a shit. He asked, do I go for the WWE Championship? Not a fucking ounce of noise. And then he asked about the World Heavyweight Championship, and the crowd fucking comes unglued. It's like, again, this is the kind of, like you said, this should be something of a tell-all, bro. Like, people don't even want, people are just over it. People don't want to see Cody Rhodes with the World Heavyweight Championship anymore, bro. This guy is king over saturation, bro. He really is. And again, something like that in a promo, man, and a match for how hot Obafemi is. People should be wanting to see him against fucking virtually anybody. Yeah. And they didn't give a shit about the idea of him and Cody Rhodes. And like you said, the Cody Rhodes match makes more sense. It really does. if you look at it like on paper, they obviously have the history from Saturday night's main event where fucking Drew McIntyre came and he interrupted their match and Oba didn't get to, finish the match with Cody. So wouldn't it make the most sense for Obafemi to win King of the Ring and say, I'm going to fucking finish what I started. I'm going to rip your fucking head off.
Yep.
Nobody wants to see it. Nobody fucking cares.
No one cares about the dude because the dude sucks and kills everything around him.
Absolutely ridiculous, bro. Jey Uso comes out. Obafemi warns him about running it back, and Jey Uso runs it back anyways. Nice.
Great look for Obafemi to tell him not to do that. He does it, and then he just stands there and watches.
Yeah, he's just standing there all pissed off. Way to make Oba look like a fucking fake demon. Nice.
Oh, man.
Jey Uso then... Oh, sorry. Jey Uso. I'm gonna go on to SummerSlam. Yee. I'm going to SummerSlam, Ooze. Hold up, Ooze. Hold on, let me take my glasses off. I'm gonna go on to SummerSlam. I'm gonna go on to SummerSlam. I'm gonna face Cody Rhodes. Oh, yee. I'm gonna take a WWE title, Ooze. I'm gonna take a WWE Championship. What's your warning shot? Wow.
Brother.
Holy hell.
Disney. And
did he just run a 5K? What did
what is doing this?
He's just waving his arms up and down.
Like, dude, I don't know if no one's allowed to. And what Oba said, in his side of the promo was actually really good. But why doesn't anybody ever tell him? If I was Oba, I would have dead ass told him, you expect to beat me, but you're gassed from your entrance, bro.
But here, what you're missing is, they got to save that stuff for Unreal.
Oh God. Well, at least this Unreal season looks actually fun and interesting, man. It's about someone you care about.
Yes.
Not Jey Uso, man. But man, like, can someone just tell him that? Just bro, you're gassed, dude. He was fucking. Like, there wasn't an ounce of gas in that tank for that promo, bro. That shit sounded horrible.
And this is funny, too, because they're putting him in these prime spots, and they've literally addressed this on Unreal. And it's still happening, but what's the difference now? Like, he's just okay now, even though we're still having the same problem. Yeah, if I was somebody on the mic, I would totally fucking make fun of him, dude. I would be like, what, are you tired already? Do you want to take a nap? Like, what, do you need some fucking water? Like, this guy's sitting there talking, and he's like, oh, he's fucking taking his glasses off. I'm gonna face SummerSlam, WWE Champion, Cody Rhodes. I'm like, holy fuck, man. I'm like, this. And what was crazy too, he didn't even really eat during like the entrance part of it.
The first part.
I'm like, man.
Dude, he literally just like walked out into the crowd to the theme song. It ended. He ran it back. Then did he eat? and was fucking super gassed. Like, dude, how bad did your tank get worse over time as a singles guy? Like, what?
Absolutely. I don't know how he needs to stop laying on the fucking floor when he's doing his bench presses and working out in fucking shiesties, and he needs to get on the treadmill or go
Mhm.
on a run. Work on
He
your
needs to do some
cardio,
cardio.
bro. Holy fuck.
Exactly, bro. God damn.
He then gives Obafemi the warning shot bow. Oba tells him, "You can have your warning shots, just make sure if you shoot, you don't miss. Because if you do, I will destroy you." He says, and if you he said he says, and if you don't miss, I will still destroy you. He says, so you can take your stupid bullets and give them to your cousin, because we all know you're not the member of your family that I'm concerned with. Um, Oba's killing it. I can say that.
He really is.
Oba's killing it. I really like what Oba said here. I think he again, minus the whole, if you run it back, I'm gonna rip your head off. And Jey Uso just fucking runs it back, and he's literally turning around taunting at Oba, and Oba's just fucking standing there like a fake demon. Other than that, I thought what Oba said after Jay spoke, I thought was really good. I thought it was really good, and as for Jey Uso, why are we putting him in these spots? Why? This guy this guy's absolutely fucking terrible. Him and the Usos need to go away for a little bit and just come back as a tag team and kind of just start from scratch with this whole thing, because again, this single stuff is not good. It doesn't work, man. This dude is terrible, and he's coming out there thinking he's the shit, and he's fucking blown up by the time he gets to the ring.
Literally, bro. He's coming out thinking he's the arena shaker. He's just a lung shaker, I guess, man. He comes out there fucking gassed every week. He still sucks. His matches haven't improved. His gas tank hasn't improved. Dude is just he's just not built for the single scene, especially the world title single scene, man. I really hope they don't do what I feel like they might do at Night of Champions, man. And I really hope Oba gets the win. Oba's been great. Very glad they've actually been, giving Oba like real mic time where he just doesn't say like two catchphrases or whatever. Very much liking how they've been doing Oba Femi on the mic. I think it's been really good. Um, Jey Uso just sucks still. Dude just can't go at all. I think the Usos are very oversaturated, very over just everywhere. You see too much of them, man. They need a break. Really, Jay needs a break, and the idea of the tag team needs a break. Jimmy's kind of just stuck along for the ride, but I'm in the same boat as you, man. I think they should just take a break, rebuild, and come back as just a tag team, and really have nothing to do with whatever their cousins or whatever other family members are doing at this point.
Yeah, and obviously we'll talk about the Bloodline a little bit later when we talk about their segment very very later in the show, but um there's other stuff that's happening that again just makes me think like, geez, like way to kind of
That's
fuck
what we're doing.
this whole new version of the Bloodline. Way to just fuck the idea up. But we'll get to it. We'll get to it in a little bit. The second match on the show was, or I'm sorry, the first match on the show, the second segment on the show was Paige and Brie Bella. Why are they still the tag team champions? Versus Bailey and Lyra.
You know, we'll get to it at the end of the match.
Yeah.
After what
Yeah.
happened, we'll get to it.
So we have Lyra going for a fisherman suplex. She then went to pick Paige up for another fisherman suplex, and Paige caught her in the rampage. She then pinned Lyra for the 1, 2, 3. And I was shaking my head because I'm like, dude, oh
Brother.
my God, this fucking tag team has lost again, they've lost again. We're probably just gonna keep them a tag team, and they're gonna go on to get another tag title match after begging Adam Pearce for one for another fucking 2 months, and then the cycle continues. Afterwards, Bailey wasn't even upset. She was trying to console Lyra. She felt bad for Lyra. Lyra was obviously very upset with herself, and she hugged Lyra, and they went to leave the ring together, bro. And Lyra Valkyria turned heel on Bailey. Lyra Valkyria throws her into the ropes, starts beating the shit out of her, bro, and turns heel on Bailey, man. These two have been a team since the fall again. They started teaming together in the fall again. I gotta say, definitely a little upsetting they never, at least got one tag title run. I honestly think,
Yeah.
being that this was in London, why didn't you save Paige's title win for like this episode of Raw? You know what I mean? I think that would have been cool, especially too, because that match at WrestleMania and WWE's always got to, oh, this person's returning, so they have to win. Even though it was a multi-women match. They always have this idea, and I feel like Bailey and Lyra were the original plan, but they have
I
this
think they were.
idea like, oh, Paige is coming back, so fuck Bailey and Lyra, and it's like that's one thing I will say. I think the team should have gotten more than what they were given. What I mean by that is I think they should have been given a tag title run. I think they deserve that. I think that was something that, again, just should have been given to them. I think they earned that. I think they never got rewarded for their hard work that they did during the fall. They were the best storyline on Monday Night Raw to me. And, again, it really does suck to see, and I do think in that sense they sold the tag team of Bailey and Lyra short. Before we do advance on to talking about what could be with
Mhm.
this run, I'll let you. Do you have anything to say on the
I,
tag team aspect of these two?
I do, and I'm in the same boat as you. I'd really liked at least one decent run or one real meaningful run with the titles as champions. I think the summer from Mania, probably you could have really done it. You could have also really done it at SummerSlam too. Would have been perfect, man, because let's say they win at Mania, and obviously at the same time you do the whole, Bella and Paige thing, building themselves up and whatever in the meantime. But at least for Bailey and Lyra as champs, you could have a dynamic where maybe Bailey is the one out of the group that's more willing to give people opportunities and matches and whatnot, and they're winning them, but it's going to take a toll on them, and maybe finally come SummerSlam when they finally lose the titles. Bailey and Lyra kind of just puts everything on Bailey as one of the main reasons for the turn, man. Now, again, not to diminish the turn they did, because I actually really liked it and I was shocked about it,
Mm-hmm.
but you really could have done it. It really would have truly been a lot more valuable if you valued the team itself more, man. And I'm in the same boat as you. I'd really liked at least one run somewhere in there for them as a tag team. I think that really would have helped their case and their turn. But they really didn't. They really undervalued them, and they didn't get the recognition they deserved for, carrying Raw at times.
Fuck yeah, dude. Absolutely, bro. We say it all the time, but like I say it every time I speak of these two women. Last year in the fall, carried Monday Night Raw, bro. You cannot tell me any differently. Absolutely
Oh
carried the
yeah.
show. They were the best part of that fucking show. It was amazing stuff. Honestly, um, do you think? I mean, bro, it's got me wondering, man, is Bailey, does Bailey still have that expiring contract, or did she, re up with the company, or
Really.
is this going to be it for now for Bailey in WWE?
It's interesting, man. And the Bailey situation is very interesting. Maybe, obviously, bringing up another story we'll have for Friday. There's that whole FTR stuff. Maybe she does something like that. They're seemingly announced that they're doing now, or maybe she just steps away for a time. Maybe, or maybe she is leaving, and her one last goodbye is putting over Lyra and saying goodbye, man. I don't know. I got this. I don't want to AJ Styles it at this point, but I got a weird feeling about Bailey, man. There's just some in the air with her in this company right now, and for any reasons she might be thinking, I truly would never blame her because
Yeah.
she is the greatest of the four horsewomen, and she is genuinely the least valued somehow. I don't get it.
Yeah. 100%. 100%, man. I think, um, again, I think she is, um, it's just, my God. God, I can't say enough good things about Bailey. I think that
That's
Bailey,
a whole list.
man, it's just so crazy to me, man. It's so crazy, and like you said, I wouldn't blame her. I wouldn't blame her at all because how WWE let it get this bad, like you said, bro. Um, uh, she's one of the best. She's one of the best out of the four horsewomen, man. For me, if you're speaking in the ring performer, she hands down is the best out of the four horsewomen, yet she is the most undervalued out of the four horsewomen, and it's ridiculous. Dude, how many times have we heard Bailey in interviews talking about Willow, talking about Chris Statlander? She's a big Chris Statlander fan, so like,
Big.
how many times have we seen that to the point where it just gets like, yes, WWE is her home. It's always going to be her home. But sometimes, bro, you got to leave home for a little bit so home can realize what the fuck they had. Because I
Mhm.
just, again, I don't think they quite under fucking stand what they had with Bailey the same way they didn't really understand what they had with Sasha. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like the only two they really care about constantly, keeping in good spots is Charlotte and Becky. And again, it's
They're
like,
great.
and yeah, Charlotte and Becky, they are great, but it's like, man, to treat Bailey the way you've treated her, man. Again, we had the whole story last year where everybody was, wanted Triple H's fucking head on a stick after the whole WrestleMania 41 thing. Well, they still do, but for many other reasons. But you know,
A lot of sticks at this
you,
point.
you know they everybody was pissed about that, and then they brought her back and everybody was like, oh, okay, look at them doing Bailey good, you know what I mean? They put her in the IC title shit, and then that whole storyline ended, things kind of calmed down, but then the storyline with Lyra started back, and it's like, okay, now Triple H is finally understanding, like, hey, I better get my shit together because I do not want Bailey to leave. I want her to feel valued here. And it's like we go this whole tag team run. They just get title shot after title shot, and they lose and lose and lose and lose. Now the team is broken up, and I genuinely would not be shocked if Bailey is going to put Lyra over, and this is going to be it for her in WWE, which again, she could have very well signed an extension. We
Mhm.
don't know, but we haven't heard anything about it. So I definitely had to bring it up because it is an interesting talking point. Is Bailey really going to leave WWE? And I would not fucking doubt it. She's seen many of her friends go over to AEW and do a lot better for themselves. She could very well be the
Mhm.
next. When's the last time Bailey had a fucking good title reign? When?
Dude,
And
I'm
you
telling you.
and you she had a good story, to win the title when it was her and Io at Mania 40, but that title reign
Yeah,
sucked. The title reign was terrible. What 2020, 6 years ago when her and Sasha were carrying fucking SmackDown?
literally, dude. And again, not to be conspiracy theorist, man, but who's going to be AEW Women's Champion? Probably coming out of All
Mercedes
In.
Moné.
Mercedes Moné. You don't think Tony Khan might want to do that story, bro? And then he could really do something big with like another big like Chris Stat win later, next year or something. You got so many possibilities there.
Bro, could you imagine
It's
Bailey's split personality gimmick against timeless Tony Storm, bro? Could you fucking
that
imagine
actually
that,
be
dude?
really perfect.
That would be
Or,
tough, dog.
or
That would
even
be
those two
tough.
like working together in a
As a
weird way. Like
team,
maybe
yes.
Tony like tries to like coach her on some Death Rider shit about how to like deal with that type. You got a lot of shit you could do with that, man. You get a lot of shit you could do with her, man. And I would love to see it. We're already
Just
we're already fucking fantasy
yeah,
booking.
literally, bro. Just get ready for Excalibur. oh my God, it's Bailey. Oh, sorry. I mean, it's Davina Rose. It's Bailey. Oh, fuck. I mean, sorry. It's Davina Rose.
Do not put JR on the night she debuts, bro. He is 100% calling her Bailey.
100%. Oh, and just wait. A couple months into her being fucking Davina Rose or whatever her indie name was, Excalibur's going to be like, it's none other than Derek Rose. I mean, Davina Rose versus Mercedes Monet.
It's Bailey Rose. It's
Bailey Rose.
Derek Rose.
Derek.
You would totally do that shit, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. No, but it definitely begs the question, man. Again, we haven't heard anything about her signing an extension, and the last thing we heard, dude, was that she was up around around next year, and that was a year ago. So I'm assuming it's got to be coming up soon if they didn't add injury time or anything like that. But yeah, Bailey. Again, I don't want to start I don't want to start fantasy booking, but I'm just saying I think the grass could be greener on the other. Yeah, I'm gonna start too, bro. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna start right with you. This is literally this is what we do, okay? This is what we do.
Me and you were fantasy booking AJ Styles, knowing damn well he's a WWE shooter at this point, bro. Like, I'm still gonna fantasy book AJ Styles. Like, you know what? I'm just gonna fantasy book, man. But I think this one is more possible, man.
Yeah, 100%. 100%, man. So, okay, so it seems, according to Sports Illustrated, Bailey's WWE contract is set to expire in the later half of 2026. So it's coming.
I can see.
It's coming. Which I'm assuming that means the last quarter of the year, so anywhere from August to December. I'm assuming is what late 2026 means. But again, it's just it is September. Yeah, September to December is the last quarter of the year. So again, man, it is it's something that I just really would not blame her for doing, man. I really would not. And I support her, and I as the way WWE treats her, I would be glad to see her go over to AEW. As for the heel turn, I gotta say, I knew something was up when Lyra was in the back talking about this has to be it. This has to be the one. We have to do it now. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm like, okay, one of them might turn here, because that, out of all the championship matches, they're saying, you know, this has to be the one. So what if it's not? You know what I mean? So I'm thinking, okay, something might happen. You know, maybe Bailey's going to turn, but Lyra, I don't know. It was giving me weird vibes. It was giving me weird vibes, man, for sure. When she said that, it was for sure giving me weird vibes. Lyra turns. What could this mean? What could this mean? What could this mean? This could mean a lot of things. The more than likely option is that, you know, Triple H is going to keep her employed, but continue to do absolutely nothing with her. That's the first option. That's the first option. That's probably more than likely what's going to happen. Triple H is going to, you know, treat Lyra as a focal point for the next 2 to 3 weeks, and then she'll slowly, you know, slither out of any scene ever. What's the smart thing to do? The smart thing to do is use this heel turn the same way you used a heel turn for a Liv Morgan, the same way you used a heel turn for Bailey, the same way you used a heel turn for Sasha Banks, the same way you used a heel turn for the same way you used a fucking heel turn for Roman Reigns. Use this heel turn as a way to open Lyra's character up, see what her character can do, see what her character can't do. Try things, man. Try things with Lyra Valkyria. Get her character, you know, get her character more loved or hated by the audience. I think that's the best case scenario here, is just keep trying things with Lyra, and again, try to expand her character, try to again get her out of her comfort zone, and again, see what her character can do, man. See what it can do. Again, heel turns can do wonders for people, man. Heel turns can really do wonders for people. um Another thing we heard about, we heard about Lyra last year, was that 2026 was going to be a big year
It
for
was.
her. You have Io, who could face Liv if she wins Queen of the Ring. You have Stephanie Vaquer, who could be the women's world champion. You obviously have the history with Becky. Maybe those two can, maybe see eye to eye. I don't want to say, put them in a tag team, even though that's probably what he'll end up doing.
They would do,
Um,
but
you know, there's a lot you can do with Lyra turning heel. There's a lot you can do. Now, again, this is Triple H, so there's a lot you can fuck up, but there's a lot you could do. If I was WWE, they said it was going to be a big year for Lyra, man, and I really would hope that we kind of start making a world title push at her. Towards the later half of the year, again, if you put that championship on Io, on Stephanie Vaquer, maybe you send her to SmackDown and have her face Rhea Ripley. Try things, man. Try things with her character, and have her take different approaches to her character, see what works, what doesn't. That's my hope for this heel turn for Lyra, man. And it's so terrible. As a wrestling fan, I'm conditioned to just be fucking scared about Triple H fucking shit up, but I just really fucking hope they actually do her right, man, and actually again finally get in a groove with Lyra, where they get in a groove to actually use her and actually do meaningful things with her. So
I I
yeah.
really hope so too, man. I'm in the same boat. I just want commitment from WWE at this point, man. There's so many times where they're using someone and they're going in an interesting direction, and you care about their character and you care about what's gonna happen, and then slowly and slowly and slowly they just fade away essentially as just a random puzzle piece on the show that really doesn't matter overall. And I really hope that doesn't happen for Lyra, man. You got something here. I really like Lyra as a babyface. I feel like I'm gonna like her as a heel. I think she was mainly heel on the indies from what I've seen. I think so.
Hmm.
So I have faith that she's gonna do good. I have faith in her talent. She can do good, man. And like you said, this is the time to experiment, see what works, see what doesn't work. Now you could have different interactions with people. You mentioned Becky. I'd actually really love to see a little interaction with Becky, where maybe Becky's happy for her or proud of her in a way for doing what she told her she should have done. I like stuff like that. You can make interactions different. She could interact with the Judgment Day completely differently now, more aggressive. You have so much you could do. Really, I really hope they capitalize on Lyra. She's great, and don't capitalize in the IC title scene. Not to shit on the scene. It's a great scene. She's been in that scene. She ran that scene. It's time to move up, man. I really hope they move her up in the card and move her on to that world championship status, man. Obviously, you don't got to do it next week. I mean, I'm sure the SummerSlam goal is obviously now Lyra and Becky, or Lyra and Bailey, my bad. Um, but I just hope in the future they truly do have a good overall path, at least an idea for Lyra, man. That's really what I could hope for. And I really hope this does work out because I think Lyra does have the talent to make it work out. It's, at this point with WWE, it's just up to Triple H and that creative team if they capitalize on talent.
Yes, and I used to say it all the time with AEW, and I'm gonna say it with Triple H and the heel turn for Lyra here. This is only going to be as great as they want it to be. If they put
Mm,
care into it, this could be a turning point in her career forever. This could absolutely
exactly.
catapult her into um, superstardom, the same way it did, the same way heel turns did for a lot of women. In WWE, for a lot of superstars in general in WWE. But if they want to do what they normally do and drag their feet and fucking dig their fucking hands up their ass the whole time, then it's gonna go nowhere. So,
Hmm.
speaking of things only being as great as WWE wants them to be, my boy Chad Gable. Oh, forgot to mention as well.
My boy.
After this,
Oh,
both Bailey and Lyra were asked to comment on what happened, and both women had nothing to say. Lyra just kind of walked off, didn't really care to speak, and then Bailey looked so heartbroken, she walked off probably to catch the first flight to Jacksonville. So
she's like, hold on, I gotta go
I don't give
call
a
Tony
fuck
Khan,
anymore.
bro.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta go call Nick Jackson. Ask him what he's getting into. Like, but but no, I mean, first random fact, random thing about tonight, dude. Jackie had so many segments on the show
She
tonight,
was
dude.
running
There's a
around all
point in
over the
my
place.
notes where it's, dude, they had that girl every EO Jackie interview with both Bailey and Lyra with the Street Profits. I think with another like, holy shit, bro. Why was she everywhere tonight?
What happened to Kathy
God,
Kelly? Wasn't she the other
she's only
interviewer?
SmackDown. She's only SmackDown now. You know how they like to divvy up their
Wasn't there
like
another one on Raw
announcement.
though? There was I thought there
Oh,
was another
what
girl
was her
on
name?
Raw.
Oh my god, I think who was her? Was she? Was it the blonde one? Is that one you're thinking of? Was she
I have
blonde?
no idea. I don't know. I thought there
Oh
was
man,
another interviewer on Raw though.
I thought there was, but
Huh. I guess not.
hmm,
Huh.
hmm.
Yeah,
But
no.
you know how
Yeah.
they do? They like to fight up all their announcers by
Yeah.
certain shows,
Yeah.
which I mean, it's good for them and their schedule, man. But
Yeah.
like, you at least got to get some secondary ones in there for
No, for
something.
sure. Where's Brian? Where's Brian
Oh yeah,
Saxton, bro?
yeah. That's who I'm thinking. Where's my boy? Where's Brian at, man?
Thanks, Brian.
Right as well. The Rock is goaded, bro. That man worked in the company for like 14 years and he doesn't even
Just
know
getting
his
straight
name.
disrespected by The Rock, bro. Talking about Brian. Come on, bro. This is the
Oh man, I
GOAT,
would have took that
Byron
walk back, bro.
Saxton, bro. I would have walked the fuck out of that room. This motherfucker call me Brian. God. Chad Gable. Dude, I don't know what in the hell that like they think this theme song is in terms of like
You,
audience participation, bro. They got this dude Gable out there clapping like this is some like this is some fucking man, like this is
banger,
yeah, dude. They got him a the song says like Gable, and he's fucking sitting
dude.
there fucking clapping his hands like this is some fucking church jingle. What the fuck is
There's a whole
this?
there's a whole sequence in the song in the entrance where he stops and says the part of the song "Keep on running," and he fucking like does
Yes,
some stupid
bro.
mo. What do
Oh
you
my
have him up there,
god,
Gable?
dude.
Do, bro. You
Keep
can't just give
on
me the half
running.
theme. Oh
Gable.
man, what do you do? You can't give him something like something out of a Rocky movie or something. That's something that would fit Gable. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Or the
You
American
can't
Alpha
do
song.
any American
That'd be
Alpha thing
great.
that you fucking use for a goddamn week, dude. What are you doing, bro? What is, I hate this company, man. I hate how catchphrase and interaction obsessed this company is, bro. It is fucking ridiculous, bro. And the segment was good, and we'll
Yeah,
get
yeah.
to it. But like, brother, what do you keep on running? What is
Keep
this?
on running. What in the fucking oh my
What
god,
the
man. What in
Disney
the blue
Channel is this?
yes, bro. What in the Disney XD Camp Rock bullshit is that, bro?
That's what the fucking Jonas Brothers tell you as a fucking kid, bro. You
Keep
keep
on
on
running.
fucking keep on running. Man,
Man,
shut up.
that's
Don't do that.
Subway Surfer ass theme music, bro. What the fuck is that, bro?
What are they doing to my boy, man?
Man, that that Tom McDonald ass theme song, bro. What the
No,
fuck
for
is that
real.
shit?
That fucking True Patriot ass theme song, man.
Man, what are they doing? Gable's clapping his ass off, and then he gets in the ring and he says he lost more than his mask. At this month. He says Rey Mysterio helped me realize that I've also lost a lot of really good friends. So he calls out Otis and he asks Otis to bring Maxine and Tozawa with him. Yeah, going from Bailey and Lyra to Chad Gable. You talk about two fucking acts that were carrying Raw that got no fucking
They
recognition.
got
Um,
they literally gets nothing back from what they put in, dude.
he calls out American Alpha. They all come out to the ring, and one by one, he apologizes to them. He says, Maxine, I treated you horribly, and you ended up doing the one thing that I never could do. You won a singles championship. He says, the way that I treated you, that was what was pathetic. He then, oh, dude, Chad Gable
Oh,
bullying them. Oh my god, that was some of the best stuff ever, bro.
you're pathetic.
You're
Goated.
pathetic. Oh my dude, it was great. He then says to Zawa, you have the heart of a lion. He says, and I tested that, and I shouldn't have, and that is pathetic. Then he gets to Otis. He says that Otis is the most loyal friend that anyone could ever ask for. He says, the way that I treated you, you should have never been that loyal. He says, but you stayed by my side. He says he recalls them being friends during their Olympic training. He then talks about them being friends during the Olympic training. He then talks about them training in NXT together. He then talks about them, being friends all up through the main roster, and Otis buying a house right down the street from his. The Gable then starts to get choked up when he's talking about how Otis held his daughters. He was his first friend to hold both of his daughters. And he says, and the way I treated you is no way to treat a friend, and that was pathetic. He then says, you guys don't have to, he then says, you guys don't owe me anything, but I owe you something. He says that he is sorry to them, and he goes to shake Otis's hand. Otis doesn't really know what to do at first. He then goes to shake his hand, and Maxine Dupree steps in the way. She then denies Gable's apology. She tells Gable she can see right through him. She says Gable is all lies. She says, I used to believe every word you said, and then I won the Intercontinental Championship, and I realized we didn't need you then, and we don't need you now. So we're going to leave you the same way you left us, alone. Otis, Maxine, and Tozawa get out of the ring. Otis kind of hesitates, like he felt sad leaving Gable there, and he ended up leaving. Maxine also said in this promo, I know you guys want to forgive him because you guys have big hearts, but that doesn't erase everything that happened. So I do like this segment. As a matter of fact, this was, what do you know, this was the best part of the fucking show. It's always the acts that don't get the recognition. This segment was great. I obviously, you can't have them go out there 1 week and, everything's fine, and you can't have Otis fucking shake his hand on the first week. You obviously got to slow burn it. And I absolutely loved what they did here, man. I think that this was great stuff. I think that, you obviously got to go about this the right way. You got to give it some weeks of Chad Gable, truly, having to, feel the guilt of what he did to them, man. And I think this is, especially, I don't really give a fuck about Otis or I don't really give a fuck about Tozawa or Maxine, bro. But the story with him and Otis is just golden, dude.
Really good.
It's so golden.
It is.
Like how they dropped the ball on that, like back in 2024, still fucks me up, bro. I don't understand it whatsoever, man. But this was really a great segment. Although I feel like I know where we're going with this, bro. Gable is going to reconcile with Gable is going to reconcile with Tozawa, and he's going to reconcile with Otis. Maxine's going to get pissed, and she's finally going to have enough of these two. She's going to think they're scrubs, and she's going to fucking go with the Vision. And it just seems like week by week, we're moving Gable away from the luchadors and the IC title. And I
Hmm.
just have a feeling that the SummerSlam match is going to end up being Alpha
The Vision.
Academy versus the Vision. I really have a feeling that's what it's going to be, which does suck because, bro, I mean, again, you can do that fine, but dude, like,
It's not
bro,
like,
Gable,
come on.
no, this should have been Gable getting the IC title, bro. What are we doing
Like,
here?
dude, imagine how great it would be for, the journey of the summer is, Gable getting back in the good graces and, just apologizing to everyone he could have, man, especially Otis. And, he gets the IC title at SummerSlam, and then Otis goes out to celebrate with him and put him on his shoulders. That's the shit I want to see,
Yes,
bro. That should be the goal. And at this point, I don't think it is, which is beyond fucking stupid, man. Again, segment was really good, man. I like the dynamic here. Like you said, you got to slow burn it. He's got to truly earn the apology, man. They could take it two ways. Obviously, they could take it Maxine getting pissed when they do forgive him, and that's when she leaves. Or maybe she kind of is more just starting to favor the Vision in Austin Theory. Again, that's a whole other fucking rabbit hole, and maybe that kind of pushes Otis and Tozawa away from her, which, kind of gets them to apologize to Gable. Either way, no matter what, we're getting Vision versus Alpha Academy, which is like not bad, but like it's not what Gable should. It's not the
yeah,
goal here with Chad Gable, man. I think they're gonna completely miss the goal. Which, shocker, Triple H, he's gonna completely miss the goal and probably do some random shit. We're probably gonna get a fucking Dom and Penta rematch or some shit at fucking SummerSlam. Who knows? But man, I would just really like to them go right down the right path, man, because they tease it still a little bit. At one point later in the night, Gable did mention he was talking to Penta or something like that, which that kind of just does scare me that the Vision at some point is going to interrupt whatever match he finally gets against Penta, and that's probably going to be the SummerSlam driving force for to face the Vision, which my God. But either way, man, I did like the segment here. And I like like you said, the story between specifically Otis and Gable is incredible there. It really is.
yeah, it is, man. And yeah, I mean, again, I just feel like that's the route they're kind of gonna take with Chad Gable, and it just really, it really does kind of suck to see because, like I said, I just really wanted to, I did really want to see, I did really want to see Gable get that IC title, man, and I was kind of thinking the same boat as you. I think the moment at SummerSlam is like Chad Gable wins the IC title, and he asks the guys to be in his corner. Maybe they're not in the corner in the beginning of the match, and then halfway through the match they come
Right.
out, and that gives Chad Gable, the boost of motivation to really do it for his guys. And then at the end, they're in the ring celebrating with Gable after he just won his first singles championship, bro. I just think that's the fucking story to go with. But I just have a feeling with this Maxine stuff that they're gonna end up doing they're gonna end up doing something Vision and the Alpha Academy something, and also too for the fucking third week in a row, where the fuck is American Made? Like Maxine didn't even acknowledge that. I mean, like, are they about to get released? Like, where is Julio?
I don't know where Julio is. I don't know where fucking any of them are. I really, I don't know, man. Something just feels weird about that whole scene because apparently there's been no sign of the of Rayo and Mayo either in AAA. And then
What?
Pete Dunne was making all those random indie appearances. A lot of people think they're one of the next ones too, which is would be fucking wild.
Are you getting
Um,
rid of the
uh,
Americano family?
I don't. I have no clue. But I don't know, man. So many people have been missing from the show recently. It's kind of scary.
Yeah, a little bit, a little bit. But yeah, that is the that was the Gable segment. I don't know about you, but to me, that was probably my favorite part of the show, rather than, or
Yeah,
it was between that and the Lyra turn, I would say. I think we're
100%.
I think we're
100%.
the best parts of the night. Um, we got Ethan Page defeating Dragon Lee with a low blow and an egoplex.
Well, oh yeah, the ego play. Oh yeah, never mind. No, I thought you said something else. My bad. I thought you said eagle. I was like eagle.
Come on, dude. Never heard of the egoplex?
Is that new?
I don't think so.
Is it okay? I thought I saw a tweet that it's new or something, or that they.
Maybe it is.
I have no clue, man. They change so much shit with these fucking call ups. Who knows?
So he defeats Dragon Lee. Hey, at least he's getting one more win than his buddy Bangaranga Loser, who's fucking sitting up in the 200 level doing a pre-tape promo. But he didn't want to lose to Hangman,
People,
but this is what he wanted to do.
he wanted to do commercial break promos, man.
Yeah,
That's what he wanted to do.
that's yeah.
In Japan, I saw people were hyping that promo up too.
Yeah,
Fucking hyping the.
I keep seeing people post it. People think I think people meme it because they like when he screams. You know what I mean? When he like
Yeah, they think
screams
that's
and shakes his
meaningful.
arm. Yeah, they think it's like funny
Yeah,
or cool. You know what I thought would have been cool? Maybe taking a loss to Adam Hangman Page. You know what I mean? But he didn't want to do that. He wanted to,
you don't want to do
he
it.
wanted to put
It
up
was
with this
Dragon Lee.
bullshit. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. That's more like it. That's more like it.
Exactly. Who would you rather
Bangaranga,
lose
right?
to, man? Hangman or Dragon Lee? No disrespect to Dragon Lee. Personally, I think I would choose Hangman. I think
I
that's
think
a little
so.
more valuable.
I think
But
so.
not to Rusev, man. That's completely invaluable for his character. Can't lose.
They had this motherfucker walking through the fucking general admission area up to the 200 level to film this promo in his tights, but he didn't want to lose a Hangman.
Or I had to go to the show and get in gear for a fucking commercial promo.
Yeah.
Didn't want to lose to Hangman.
What a pretender. What a pretender.
Fake ass demon.
Fake demon, bro. Io Sky is in the ring talking about Queen of the Ring. She's saying she's gonna win it. Generic. This Sunday, Saturday, I'm gonna win Queen of the Ring. I'll go on to SummerSlam. Blah blah blah. Liv Morgan then comes out. I was expecting to see maybe some tape around the knee or something. I was a little nervous when she came out, but actually nothing. She came out
Nothing.
and
Yeah.
she was fine. She was twirling all around, doing her normal Liv Morgan stuff on the stage. It was like, oh, okay, she must be good to go then. She then comes out saying that she is going to win the Queen of the Ring tournament. She's going to go on to face what was it? Face her buddy Rhea Ripley. She was saying some chicanery.
Friend or whatever the fuck or whatever. Something like that.
Yeah. Io then makes fun of Liv Morgan. She asks Liv, "Can your big head fit in the crown?"
Damn.
Liv Morgan then gets pissed off, and these women brawl with Io winning the brawl. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not good.
Oh fuck, dude!
Now,
I
there's
swear to
always
God.
Friday. There's always Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Liv's gonna attack her on Friday or something, but I don't know. That ain't
God,
that good, man. That ain't that good. If we're rooting against Liv, I could definitely say that.
100%. That would be best case scenario. Maybe maybe EO goes SmackDown, is talking to Rhea, and they're like, oh, I hope it's you. I hope I could face you because they're homies or whatever still. And that's when Liv would come and attack her or something. I hope so. If not, oh boy, that shit's scary. And you know what? No matter what, I am absolutely petrified for both of these fucking King and Queen of the Ring matches because there is a very, very, very high possibility that our King and Queen are Liv Morgan, who's already a champion, and Jey Uso, which is, my God, that's just disgusting. So, Saturday is just it's a nerve-wracking show.
That is dead ass the all trash lineup, bro. Well, I don't
Dude,
want to do that to Liv. She's not trash, but she's not Jay
trash,
trash.
but
Just
it's
a
the
bad
champion
decision.
status.
Yeah,
It's just the fact that she's a champion. If she wasn't a champion, I would be more in the same EO spot where I kind of am with EO, or I like her, but like kind of get a lot of her in the same spot.
yeah,
But it's the championship that I'm like, what are we doing here, bro?
100%, 100%. So yeah, that was the Queen of the Ring stuff. We then get the Usos in the back. They're pressing Fatu about going over to SmackDown to talk to Solo Sikoa. They're asking him, "Where are you at? Why are you at SmackDown?" Jacob says he doesn't take orders from Jay's punk ass. Apparently on
Man,
SmackDown, he told Solo he wants him back in the bloodline. Which, didn't he tell him that like 2 weeks ago too? They just flying him there to fucking have him say the same thing every week?
I don't know, man. I, I don't know at this point with the bloodline.
So, the um dude, Jacob Fatu calling Jey Uso a punk ass, bro. Way to way to fuck it up. This is why this should have been just Roman and Fatu. How the fuck have you got the heat on one of the guys who should be wanting Jacob to not be with Roman? How do you have
Yep.
Jey Uso being the heat magnet here? Like how? How does that happen?
Literally, bro, if the Usos should have warned Fatu not to do this and above the consequences, and they should have told him, you're on your own, bro. We warned you. We've been in that. It's gonna suck. We're telling you now. And they didn't do that. They're still they're just doing a whole fucking round table of fuckery with the bloodline, man. And then it gets worse when you get to the next match.
Yep.
But man, it's just. Hey, what are you guys doing, bro? What is the goal here, bro?
It's like the goal is to get Jey Uso hated, and people already fucking hate him. Like,
It's not like that hard to get the guy hated. You just have him wrestle. So like,
just
what?
ring the fucking bell, and people are gonna hate him. And like, it doesn't make any sense to me, man. It's like they have Jey Uso being such a dickhead. It just makes you think like, who are we getting the heat on here for? And it's like,
Who's this
and
for?
yeah, and then it makes me think like, are you trying to get the heat on Jay? Because if you are, why? People already hate
Why?
Jay.
Fuck Jay. It should be Fatu. He should be the whole goal in this. But it seemingly like Jey Uso for some odd reason.
Man, do not understand, bro. We get to the next match, LA Knight versus Jimmy Uso. This got set up earlier in the night because these two were bickering in the back, and Adam Pearce set this match up because LA Knight like told him to shut the hell up or something, and then he made the match official. I guess Adam Pearce is playing Triple H at this point. He fucking hates LA Knight. I don't know where this dynamic came from, but literally it just seemed like 1 week he showed up and just started fucking hating LA Knight's guts. But
And one meeting with Triple H and never came out the same.
yeah, no, for real. Triple H started fucking spilling the tea on LA Knight, and Adam Pearce was like, "Man, I really fucking hate this guy, man. I see why you hate him now." But LA Knight versus Jimmy Uso. Jimmy was on the top rope, and Solo Sikoa came from the Shield corner and jumped up on the apron and gave a Samoan spike to Jimmy. Jimmy then fell off the top rope. LA Knight capitalizes and goes for the cover. And Sir K, do you want to share the stat for LA Knight?
Well, in the greatness of this interruption in this segment, man, this is LA Knight's first singles one-on-one win on television in the year of 2026. 6.5 months into the year. But he was going to win King of the Ring, guys.
In a
Trust
half months.
Yep. First win on television. First singles win on television.
Holy shit.
My God.
What does this mean? So Solo Sokoa just felt really bad for LA Knight and just felt like, you know what, I got to step in for
I
my
got you, bro.
guy, and I'm gonna help you, bro. You took enough beatings for my MFTs, I got you. I'm gonna get you at least one. He spikes Jimmy. Commentary was hyping this up like, oh, they want Solo to join back in the bloodline, but I guess this is Solo's answer. I don't know if that's necessarily what this is going to be. Is there a possibility that like Roman is plotting against the Usos and he asked, maybe Jacob went to SmackDown to ask, to ask Solo to do something like this to cost, to make the Usos lose? Like what do you see out of this, man? Could you see this being something where Roman is now plotting against the Usos? I don't know why I thought that. Just just an idea, I guess. But it seems so. Just I don't know. I don't know what to fucking think of this. Like I don't know what to think of Solo Sokoa's involvement here.
That's the thing, like, what is there to truly think? And I like her idea, and I think that's a good, I actually like that. And, you could do something with that, man. My fear of what I think their goal here is that they're going to set up a match with Fatu and Solo at SummerSlam. And
Oh,
if Solo loses, he has to rejoin the bloodline. That's kind of the path
oh
I'm
yeah.
seeing at this point. Because
Okay.
if like obviously you mentioned, there could be the whole secret of, he's actively trying to fuck up the Usos. If that is not the case, and like what Roman on television is saying is completely true, and his goal is to, get him back in the group, I really wouldn't be shocked if that's the goal. If, Fatu went to the show to try to get him to join. He's refusing to join, and now he's being antagonistic towards the family. So this is Fatu's responsibility now, since he gave him the mission to get him back. And I really wouldn't be shocked if SummerSlam is Fatu Solo. If Solo loses, he's got to rejoin the group, which I think he would fucking lose that and rejoin the group, because I think
Yep.
they've been so like weird about the MFTs, constantly bickering with them. So I could see fucking tall and small tongue turning on them in that match and forcing them back in the bloodline. And, oh my god, what are we doing
I
here, dude?
I don't
Like,
I don't I really don't like none of this shit makes sense to me, man. None of this shit makes
no,
sense to me. And honestly, as much as I don't want to see it, I think yours makes the most sense because
does.
Roman gives Fatu these orders last week to, go talk to Solo, and then 1 week later, Solo showing up and he's costing Jimmy Uso. That's why I'm sitting here thinking, like, was that like some type of orders? Is that the orders? Which that makes no fucking sense, because why are you asked the Roman asked the Usos to join him back just to have Solo, come and cost them
Kick him
victories?
out of him?
That wouldn't make any sense. But that, like, again, I don't know what to think. That was what came to my mind. But honestly, you're right. You're right. Your proposal makes more sense. Solo's getting pissed, and he's starting to again be
Mm-hmm.
antagonistic towards the bloodline, and they're gonna do a whole yeah. That's 1,000% what they're gonna do. Roman wants him to come home, and Solo don't want to do it because he fucking hates
Mm-hmm.
Roman. And what they're gonna do is have Fatu be the one to have Fatu be the one to get Solo to come back to the family, and they're probably gonna break the MFTs up, especially with all this teasing with Tama Tonga, and they have small and tall Tonga as a tag team now, but all the teasing with like Tama Tonga and there's like New Japan buddies, like
I swear
I,
to God, every week
I
on
just
SmackDown, he's fucking interacting with some New Japan buddy.
yeah,
It's
he
like, what are you
is.
doing?
And that's the thing too.
Like,
Honestly, I didn't think of that, but now that you say that, bro, that is 100% what they're gonna do. Cause I really didn't know what to fucking think. Cause I'm like, why is Solo here, bro? What are we doing? But yes, this is gonna lead to Solo being in the family again, which is like, bro,
what are you doing, bro?
why wasn't this just fucking Roman? Why wasn't this just
You
Roman
just
and
call Satan at
Fatu?
this point. You might as well. I, I don't understand, man. I don't understand. I don't know what, and like, what is the end game goal with Solo also being in the group here? I thought, you know, from the summer or from the after Mania to next Mania, I thought the overall goal was going to be get this new bloodline together, have the cracks form, and Fatu turns on Roman, Fatu Roman world title, boom, done, simple, easy. But now it's like the Usos and like specifically Jey Uso is involved in this, and now Solo. Are you about to do like a bloodline fatal four-way at Mania? Is that your goal, or is The Rock gonna be available and like you're gonna do Roman and Rock, and then Rock is gonna be like the crack, or maybe like Solo and Fatu join the Rock side, and oh my God, this sounds horrible, but very plausible. But Usos are on Roman's side, and something like that, and then we get Usos versus Fatu and Solo, and then Roman and Rock. Is that the goal here? Which sounds plausible. I don't want it, but it sounds plausible.
I I can see that again. We always like to like sit on, we always like to deny like the whole Rocks coming back thing, but like Mania and
You
Saudi's
never
coming
know.
up,
That's
and
money.
that's yes, that's the only reason I'm even gonna indulge into this. But like, yeah, that kind of makes sense. Like, because why else are we are we randomly rambling a bunch of fucking Samoans back together again that all broke up, and doesn't make sense for them to be back together again. And it's like, especially Roman, why would you trust Solo Sokoa back in the family? Why would you do that?
Like he tried to take your spot, and then he completely made his own separate group to get away from you. Why would you want him back in the fucking fold? I don't understand this. It genuinely, even before the same with the Usos, both of them literally said, "All right, you're out. I'm out too," and fucking super kicked you in the face. Are you stupid?
Do we not remember any of this? Like, what the fuck?
Triple H, do you not remember any of this? So
I,
were you at the show? Were you at a fucking Tony Hinchcliffe show at the time that shit happened? Where you at? Do you not? What's going on, bro? But I'm just scared. I think that's the SummerSlam goal for this,
oh, dude.
and the Mania goal looks even scarier.
This is absolutely terrible. And yes, this would make sense. This would make sense. It really would. And either that, or it has nothing to do with a possible Rock and Roman match, and they just want to go back to the
They just
bloodline
want the
because
bloodline.
they know that it worked before. And Triple H of all
Very possible.
people, Triple H of all people should know nostalgia is a hell of a drug, but it wears off pretty quick. Sorry, it does.
And it never hits the same, dude. It never hits the
No,
fucking same.
it doesn't. Um, I don't fucking know, dude. This is terrible shit. But shout out Solo. He did help our boy LA Knight get a win.
Shout out
Um,
Solo.
One thing I did forget to mention after the Liv promo was Liv Morgan was creating a game plan for the Judgment Day, and when it was her turn to tell Raquel what her plan was, she was saying, Dominic's gonna get some of his money back, and Raquel, you're gonna go after the IC title. And Roxanne asked, "What about me?" But then JD McDonough started like twitching because Danhausen electrocuted him earlier in the night. And what a terrible segment, by the way. How childish does that make this shit look,
He
bro? Like,
electrocuted him.
he spent
Like,
a hundred
and then, like,
grand on a electric orange box.
and then he's like playing it up like his hands are twitching and he's like
Yes.
woozy. That's not how it happens when you get electrocuted. You either get electrocuted and you're in shock for a little bit, or you die. There's no being a woozy fucking 2 hours later, dude.
The fuck?
Horrible shit, dude. I'm sick of the Judgment Day. I'm sick of Danhausen fucking doing fucking Moneyhausen, whatever the fuck it is, dude. I'm sick of all of this shit, dude. And Finn tries to get away from the Judgment Day. He's back in the Judgment Day circle essentially with Damian Priest still. You can't fucking escape it. You can't escape it in this show. With this company, dude.
Horrible. This is horrible. Well,
Total.
then Liv starts freaking out because JD starts twitching. And she says, "Oh my God, we need to get JD to medical." And they walk off, and Roxanne looks pissed. They're obviously making Roxanne like the odd woman out here. And I really do believe, you say you're tired of the Judgment Day, and I really would like to, and I am too, and I really would like to believe that, with all this, teasing going on, I would hope this is going to eventually lead to Raquel and Roxanne kind of being like, she doesn't give a fuck about us. All she cares about is herself. We need to leave. So,
And I think I will say, like we always joke, like you mentioned, we always joke about the Judgment Day, but I think this might be the end of the. Obviously, I wouldn't be shocked if they make another new version of the Judgment Day, but I really think that this might be the end because both Raquel and Roxanne seemingly are not liking Liv at this point. I think the goal is both of them turning on Liv. So I hope that's the overall goal. I hope it's not they just kick Liv out and continue the Judgment Day because I wouldn't be shocked. I hope they fucking turn on Liv and the whole group fucking falls apart and no more Judgment Day. That's what I want.
yeah, no, for sure. For sure. I hope so too, man. And then before the main event, we get a sit down with Seth Rollins just talking about putting the vision behind him and, how, he set out to destroy what he created and, he kind of did it, but there's still work that needs to be done. It was pretty much just your typical
Generic.
generic, again, I'm going to kill the vision. It was a promo from Rollins we've heard 1,000 times over. We then get the main event, the Vision defending the tag team championships against the Street Profits as Austin Theory's brother, Logan Paul, comes out and his brother, and he goes to hand Austin Theory the brass knucks. Theory grabs him I'm sorry. Logan Paul comes out, and as he goes to hand Theory the brass knucks, Joe Henry appears. They said his name, and he appeared. This fucking guy, dude. It was really nice with him away. He's fucking back.
It was really nice.
It was great.
He's fucking back. And next week, we're going to have to deal with a segment where he's out there singing, and Logan Paul's going to come out there pissed because they cost Division the tag titles. And my God, kill me, bro. Oh, man, I already know what I'm in for next week and the weeks to come with this shit.
Yes. Yeah, he's gonna be out there asking everyone to sing along, and Raw's gonna be an hour earlier next week too. I think it airs I think it airs 2 hours earlier. I think it airs 5 for us.
For us, yeah. 6 Eastern, which they're back in America too. So why?
It's gotta be something maybe World Cup related. Maybe.
Ooh, I could probably see that, to be honest.
So, he's going to be out there next week singing his stupid ass songs, acting like he could fucking sing. He's terrible. So Joe Henry chases Austin Theory's brother out of the arena. All right. So Logan Paul's running out of the arena, and Theory goes to grab the brass knucks, and Rollins shows up, grabs the brass knuckles, clocks Theory in the face with them. Braun Breaker then chases Rollins up through the stands. Braun bunny hops the barricade, and Theory then turns around to a spinebuster frog splash combo from the Street Profits, and the Street Profits are your new Raw Tag Team Champions, or your World Tag Team Champions. The Street Profits are the new tag team champions, and Rollins, maybe now this is gonna be the blow off with Braun Breaker, especially if these guys start to go after Alpha Academy. I don't know. I think
this is about to be the blow off, dude, because I think they are. Obviously, Roman wasn't on the show, so we don't really have still a clear SummerSlam direction for him yet. But the way things are looking, man, I think, that blow off is going to happen. I think Seth is going to move on to the world title, which is the funniest thing that's going to be about this. I still think Braun is going to win that match and beat Seth, and then Seth is just going to go on to the world title while Braun goes on to Alpha Academy. Isn't that just genius by Triple H, man? Isn't that just genius? Just transitions from one thing to another. But I think it is going to be the blow off, man. I really think it is, and man, I mean, this is how you're gonna. Then this is what you're gonna blow it off for. Are you really about to blow it off for more Shield lore and whatnot? I don't know. We'll see how SummerSlam shapes up after King of the Ring, man, and all that, and the whole who's the winner and who goes to what and who does what or whatever, man. But man, SummerSlam just it's looking rough, man. It is.
Yeah, it genuinely is, bro. It genuinely is. Again, man, I don't know who would pay money to go to this bullshit, bro. But especially with the
Fuck.
TKO prices. But yeah, they are putting together a fucking stinker, and I feel like it's gonna get worse. And I genuinely feel like this could be the blow off for Rollins and Breaker. Again, if especially if the Alpha Academy is going to end up feuding with the Vision, I could definitely see this being the case. I could definitely see this being the case, man. And again, I don't know. I don't know. Again, maybe they will drag it out a whole nother month. I mean, I guess they do have the people too. Now that you just brought
Good.
Joe Henry back and all these other people and
Hmm.
whatnot, and now they lost the tag titles, so I guess that would kind of free up some space. But either way, I don't know what it's. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm interested to see Saturday night or Saturday morning to see where the fuck this is all headed. So I'm intrigued.
Hmm.
I'm intrigued, probably for all the wrong reasons, but I am intrigued. But yeah, I don't know, man. This is not looking too good. Not looking too good, to be honest with you, man.
No, the scene really doesn't look good. We'll really have, like you said, a clear picture after Saturday, after Saturday afternoon, man. But man, it is the water. It's looking muddy, but it's not looking like water you want to jump into, man. It looks like a dirty ass pool for this summer, man. So kind of scared for SummerSlam, but we'll know a lot more. Hopefully, we sometimes we say that with Triple H, and we know even less coming out of a show. But I think we will know more about the summer go coming out of Saturday.
1,000%, bro. 1,000%. But yeah, the Street Profits are the tag team champions. Don't really care. Don't really expect them to do anything the same.
No,
You know what I expect the Street Profits to do with the world tag titles? The same amount of productivity they gave you when they had the WWE tag team titles over on SmackDown, and they had more of a division
nothing.
to work with over there. Here they have nothing. So again, I expect absolutely nothing. This was
The,
genuinely just to keep them happy, I think.
Oh, 100%. Just to keep them happy, just to keep Bianca happy. Um, and people I've seen are very excited about this. Genuinely, who on earth are these two going to face on this planet at SummerSlam? There are, multiple opponents from the weeks to come. These tag divisions are are nothing. They don't exist. They don't have a division, man. So, genuinely good luck to those guys, man, because they have no division to support them.
Yeah. And like now don't get me wrong, I want to see Chad Gable win the IC championship. I want to see Chad Gable the world championship
Fuck
personally,
yeah.
but like why didn't you just save the Vision dropping the tag titles to Gable and Otis? You could have them
Yeah.
hold it for a little bit for a small amount of time, especially if WWE knows they're not going to pull the trigger on an IC title. You could have at least done that, especially too, because if Maxine joins the Vision, I'm sure we're going to end up getting Vision Alpha Academy anyway. But now the
Yeah.
Street Profits have the belt, so it's like again,
Mm.
it doesn't really make much sense. But overall, again, that is a double-edged sword because at least it would have been something for Gable to win. But then the other end of the sword says that WWE would have been
Would have
like,
been
well,
nice.
we'll see. We gave you guys this. You guys don't need the IC title win because we gave you a tag title win. So again,
Yeah.
it wouldn't have been my first choice. But again, I'm sure they would have done. I'm sure the moment would have been better than what we got with the Street Profits here. So yeah, again, I don't really expect much from the
Literally.
Profits, and I really don't. But yeah, that was everything. That was everything for Monday Night Raw. That was everything for SmackDown, and that was everything for AEW Dynamite from Sugar Land, Texas. Again, overall, a lot of interesting talking points here on Monday Night Raw. So it's going to be very interesting to kind of see where where the road to SummerSlam takes us, or at least where the road takes us coming out of Night of Champions. So hopefully Triple H puts us on a straight and narrow road to SummerSlam, but if we all know Triple H, we are fucking headed right off the highway, right into the fucking
I was
river.
gonna say we are on a foggy ass mountainside road with a bunch of landfill and a bunch of fucking rocks falling on the road, and you got a cliff on your left side and another cliff on your right. It's gonna be a rough road, dude. It's gonna be rough.
It really is, bro. It really is. But yes, that is everything, man. That is everything. And that is going to do it for this edition of Unscripted. This has been episode 305. Thank you guys so very much for joining us here today. Everybody in the live chat, man. We got my guy, Dying Breed Media. We got my boy, Jeff. We got Manager Logan. We got my guy, JT, in the house. We got OG. And, of course, we have Mr. Walk 'em Down and Cut These Shits Off. Mr. Walk 'em Down and Root for the Pretenders. We got my brother Gotti in the house. Thank you guys so very much for joining us. Again, this week's news is going to be a little bit later, around 9 or 10 p.m. So catch us with the late episode of news on Friday. But with that, that is going to do it. Thank you guys, as always, for joining us. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you all on Friday for a late night edition of the news.